Start streaming. Green. 0 drop frames. Excellent connection. I'm just gonna say go for it.
Is it gonna pick us up on this side then?
All right. Yeah, like talk.
Talkity talk, talk, saying words. Talk.
So it's picking up. It's louder for us than it is for you, but I mean it's still picking you up though.
Even though it's all muted.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think those mutes are only for recording and not for using it as an audio interface. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Sorry, guys. Well, we're all trying to figure this out.
Yeah, sorry. We're trying to figure out the audio issues. For some reason, half the mics weren't working and half the mics were working, but now
none of the mics work.
None of the mics
all of
work.
them work at the same time.
Yeah, it's really weird. We've got everything currently muted, but yet I can see that it's working on here. But then when we saw it working on here, it wasn't working in OBS. So I don't know, but we've got some shit working. I don't know. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. I'm Nick.
Tyler.
Joe.
Shannon.
And I am so sorry that we are starting an hour later than normal because of all these fun little audio things.
Yay.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm assuming everybody can see now. Like I'm on my thing, it keeps still saying it's waiting for the show to start.
It's
But
popped up on YouTube.
it is working. Okay, cool.
I thought it was. It popped up and told me, "Hey, start watching."
Cool. So yeah, here it is.
Just gonna get loud.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so what y'all been doing?
Mordhau.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Lots of Mordhau.
Yes.
What?
This?
Oh yeah, this is the thing.
He's going to talk about this.
I'm gonna talk about that here in a second.
I asked the same question. Don't worry. I did play Elder Scrolls Online
Spent a little money
for
on
about
it.
an hour and a half last night.
I really want to talk about that.
It was not like actually playing. I was mindlessly running dolmens to get my champion level up while I watched Critical Role on the other monitor.
What level are you now?
90 something.
Okay.
93, 97, 90, I don't know. Somewhere
I
there.
didn't even realize that. Sorry. So like, we did everybody, and then Corey said, "I'm Corey," and then Danes will let say, "Shut up, Corey."
But
Anyway,
yeah,
sorry.
I'm just trying to get my champion level up. I want to play the game more, but
That's a
I
game
want-
that's a lot of fun with friends.
yes, but I also I sort of look at the
No.
I disagree.
Don't get me wrong. It is a blast, but it is so much more fun with
I'm
friends.
42 hours into the game on my character. I just looked it up last night, and I have not done anything with friends besides literally the three of us entered Somerset together.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, I
Dolmen runs.
I
Have we done any Dolmen runs together?
Few.
I don't want to experience the game until I'm champion 160, and
My question is why. I'm not
because
trying to but
no, I mean it's a legitimate question. It's sort of like the sunk cost fallacy.
don't know what any of those words meant.
So
Besides phallus, I got that word.
I don't want to, I want to enjoy the story and I want to run dungeons and do all this kind of stuff, but I also don't like the idea of, okay, I run this dungeon for the story and all that, but then 5 champion levels, which are exceedingly easy to get, 5 champion levels later, that gear is now
Completely
outdated
void
and worthless.
yeah.
Which I
at
also get.
CP 160 that's the cap.
sorry.
That is what all gear scales to. Even when you have the people that are CP 1200, the top end gear is all CP 160. So
Right.
my thing is, if I can sit there and just mindlessly run dolmens for a little while watching television or whatever, and then get to CP 160, then I can go out and I can enjoy the world and the story and all that without fear of, oh god, I got this awesome drop out of this story quest
That's
that
now
is in
worthless.
5 levels is going to be completely worthless.
This is my chart though that I would say is how long have you been playing versus how long have you spent. Like, how am I trying to put? How long have you been doing this?
Dolmens,
Just trying to get to level 160.
off and on since the game came out.
So I mean, we're going on 5
5
years. Are
years?
you ever gonna play the fucking game, or are you just
Yeah, but,
gonna
I mean,
like?
I have
If
played.
you're going to spend 5 years trying to get to a level so that you can feel like now you feel comfortable playing the game, why didn't you just play the game for the 5 years and you could have just gone and ran everything twice?
That's
Not
because
judging you.
No,
I'm just curious as to what
it's
your
a,
decision was.
It's a good question.
Unless you're just also playing other stuff too. I know you're
That's
playing
what
WoW.
that's what it
and,
is.
you know.
It's Elder Scrolls has always sort of taken a backseat to me. I was very excited when the game got announced. I was in beta for the game. Like I got into the beta
Say
for the
all
game.
of us were too.
I
I
play,
still love that I can see that on my fucking thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
I,
No, yeah, I
I
agree.
literally
Yeah,
signed
100%
on
I
to
have
my
the-
last
100% agree.
night.
the High Hrothgar Ice Wraith for being a 6-month subscriber once the game came out before it went to free to play.
I don't have that.
You know,
That's
like
Yeah.
like I've been playing the game for a long time. It's always, oh, Elder Scrolls seems really fun, and I play it like nonstop for a week, and then I'm like, ooh, shiny,
See, that's
and
been
I'm
my
off.
thing,
I'm off onto
but
some
I'm
other
not
game.
letting myself do that this time around.
And so, every now and then I come around to it, like when Morrowind released, and I was like, ooh, Elder Scrolls, very shiny, and played for a long time, and got. I went from like my character was like level 30,
That's right.
and I got all the way up to level 50, and started entering champion levels, and then something else came out, and I stopped playing, and then
I think that was about the time of the
Battle for
Warcraft.
Azeroth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Somerset came
It
out.
would have been Battle for Azeroth.
No,
Would've
it
been,
wouldn't. It would have been Legion.
Legion, yeah.
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 And then Somerset came out, and I was like, ooh, Elder Scrolls shiny. And I played for a while and got myself to like champion level 60, and then stopped playing. And then now Elsewhere is coming out, and I'm like, ooh, Elder Scrolls, very shiny.
Elsewhere's already
This
out on
is-
PC.
This is my thing. So sorry, this is all I've played this week, and I haven't been playing games recently. So like, that's all I did on my day off this week. I woke up at like 8 a.m., got on, and I literally went to bed at like midnight. But no, I've been ever since the game came out. So I bought the original release, down to the point of I played it on a laptop. I wanted to play it so bad. I was like, it doesn't run, but I'm gonna play it because I want to play it. And then I basically didn't play it. I just ran around and did nothing. And then Morrowind came out, and I was like, oh, this is the time. Like, this is it. I'm gonna play it this time. I'm gonna do it. And then I played it for about like 30 minutes, and then never played it again. And then Somerset came out, and I was like, no, this is it. I'm gonna do it this time. And then like every expansion, I've just been like, now's the time, guys. But this time, like, I finally almost cleared the vanilla story.
There you go.
So I'm getting somewhere.
He's
But-
gotten to where I'm at in
Yeah,
the
I was
story.
gonna say,
So
I cut
we're
to Nick, and
finally
he told me
to
to
Cold
stop
Harbor.
playing so that
Don't
he
mention
has
anything
somebody else.
because
I won't,
this
I
kid
won't.
still hasn't.
And I
touched
will
this.
say the only reason I haven't completed the main story is because at the end of the main story you get a Maelstrom weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be CP 160 so that when I get my Maelstrom weapon, it is max level. It is completely.
It's actually legit.
It's legit, and it's
Once
a weapon
you
that I
fucking
can
get it,
continue
it
to
doesn't
use.
like fucking like level to you. It's just like, here's a level 5.
Yeah, here's a level 50 weapon, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Although I will say one thing that's really nifty about Elder Scrolls Online that I didn't realize. So if you
made me not want to do anything else in the game now,
because
now I'm afraid I'm just gonna fuck up.
if you've already got a character that's attained champion levels,
Mhm.
that's across all your characters.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I know.
when you get another character to level 50, like, so I'm currently
So I've got
I'm-
champion level
I'm-
160. Hold on, I've got champion level 160.
Uh-huh.
Next character I start create 50. And he's at 160
as
now.
soon as he
Automatic.
hits 50, boom, 160.
Oh, that's
Champion levels are across the
Okay.
board. So
Yeah.
if you're the kind of person that, you get 4 characters to, level 50, and then you play all of them sort of, interchangeably, they're all contributing to the same champion progress.
My only question is champion progress easier to get than normal progress?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
42 hours in and I'm only level 30. Actually, I'm not even 30. I'm level 28.
Yeah. I sat
so
down last
I mean,
night and
40
I
hours.
played for
That's
an
like
hour.
3 hours a level.
I played
me
for
right
an
now.
hour last night, and I went from champion level 65 to champion level 90.
What were you doing?
Change.
Dolmen runs?
Dolmens nonstop.
Yeah, that's
But
what I need to start doing. Then.
Here, well,
I
but
haven't done a single Dolmen run since Somerset launched.
here's the other thing. So dolmen runs, when I was leveling up, I was getting 1 level about every 5 dolmens. When you do champion points, I was like, there'd be times. Now, granted, at this point in time, there was an event going on, so I had double experience from that, and then I also had a experience scroll, so I had extra experience going on from that. with both of those,
Plus
I-
the enlightened experience, which gives you champion levels faster.
right, I was getting 4 to 6 champion levels per dolmen.
I'm getting 1 champion point every dolmen run, with every third champion point every third dolmen being 2 CP.
Nice.
So it's going 1 1 2 1 1.
I
2.
just found out, and this is gonna fucking sound stupid. I don't know if you're playing the game at all.
I haven't played it forever.
So I just found out that Golden Coast experience scrolls work outside of the Golden Coast.
He
haven't
thought they
used
only.
I've got like 30 experience scrolls that I haven't been using because I'm like, I'm never in the fucking Golden Coast, and if I'm not gonna stay there, I'm not gonna waste it. So I haven't been using it. I was talking to Nick. I was like, dude, I don't know if this is real. So I was like, I'm gonna ask Nick real quick, and he was like, no, you fucking idiot.
It
They
just
work
means you
everywhere.
got it in a crate.
Like I opened one and it was like, oh, you get 100% bonus for 2 hours, and I've just been sitting on it since like fuck. I'm pretty sure I got that in Morrowind.
I think
Like-
when I was running last night, I had my enlightened experience. I had in one of the event. I think it was the magnificent mug.
Okay.
Greatest magnificent mug, which is 100%, and then I had a Grand Coast experience for 150%, and so I think I was cruising around at like 350 or 400%.
Can you just like stack those?
You can have one kind of experience scroll, one kind of event multiplier, and then the
Enlightenment.
enlightened.
So you could technically be getting like 400 experience at a time.
Yeah.
400% experience.
If you stack
And
it
then
right.
if you're really into the game, you can get the Sigic Ambrosia, which is a 200% experience bonus for 2 hours, but it's pricey.
I do have one thing I want to say.
Mhm.
So, holy fucking shit. Is that what's picking us up?
What?
I just remember there's 2 webcams.
Yeah.
Has that been what's picking us up the whole time?
It
We
might
already
be.
checked that.
But
Well,
like
we
disabled that,
Okay.
it's
and
still
I was
picked
still
up.
getting stuff.
I won't,
That's
I won't
that's
bore
what
the
was.
audience with more tech. I was just
Anyway.
curious. I looked up and I was like, I forgot
Yeah,
there's
no.
a webcam.
Yeah.
No, so I just talking to the mic and fucking.
Everybody's just listening to us. It's an audio only.
So I listen to Rooster Teeth,
Oh,
and then I get really mad when they go, guys, no, look, and everyone's laughing. I'm like, what the fuck are they laughing at?
And then they're like, all the people listening to us are probably real happy right about now.
No, one of the things I want to say, and you were all a part of this the other day when we were all on Discord together, and you guys were playing that game that I can't pronounce. Mordhau. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Mordhau. I'm
Yeah,
gonna learn that
Mordhau.
game name eventually. But, I was literally just fucking running through Elsewhere, and I was just like running. I was like, this is beautiful. Look at the plains, and there's trees, and oh, look at that. There's a building. Ooh, there's an eagle flying at me. That eagle's really big. It's breathing fire. Is that a fucking dragon? And it just fucking like landed in front of me. And I was like, oh shit, there's a fucking dragon here. And I turned around, there's like 100 fucking like players like running at it. And I was like, I guess we're fighting it. And
This is happening.
I died. And then I still got the experience from it though, because I did damage to it while I was alive.
Just
The other
gotta
thing
tag
is-
it.
I
all you
literally
gotta
had, and I've told Nick, so since I fucked everything up and fucked up my character, and I'm going to have to fix everything now, don't deal with re-rolling your character mid-game.
Nick told me.
But
Nick told me.
anyway, so, I had 150 soul gems, and now I have none because I sold them all so that I could go through and re-roll my character. So now I have no fucking soul gems. So I'm like running, and last night I was like, well, I can't do anything, but I don't want to get off yet. So I was literally just like running around and getting way shrines through different areas. So I like got all the way shrines in Somerset. No, I already had those. I went through like 3 or 4 major areas. I can't remember where all. But, and I got all the way shrines. But I would be running, and it was like, oh, hey, a tiger is attacking you. And I'm like, well, fuck, I can't attack it because I have no abilities. I have nothing. I'm just got a bow that's doing like 20 damage, and it's just pissing it off. So then I would die, and it was like, oh, great, I don't have any fucking soul gems. So it's, okay, go back to the previous way shrine and try for the next one again.
Try again.
So then it's just like,
It's like-
oh, you basically start back here. Okay, I'm running, oh, I died. Start back here. Oh, I'm going. I died, and I was like, motherfucker.
It's like old school corpse running
Yeah.
in
Oh,
vanilla
God.
WoW.
Yes.
Has anyone paid any attention to WoW Classic?
I didn't start playing WoW until Mists of
Asmongold
Pandaria.
streamed
So,
the
like-
other day. WoW Classic. He streamed it. He had 96,000 viewers streaming WoW Classic. Let me quote J. Allen Brack. You think you want it, but you don't. Apparently, the people want it. Because 96,000 people tuned in to watch him level a human paladin in fucking Elwyn Forest.
This is my only question, though. So if this many people want it, then why not just fucking return to normal?
Well,
Why not just fix it.
that's what the whole
No, I'm
point
not
of this
talking about like, oh, let's just relaunch Classic. I'm saying, why not go through and undo all these fucking changes that the players have hated since?
No.
fucking
The
Wrath of the Lich King.
whole thing is they don't. So how do I explain this? They want to get rid of all of the new areas, all of the new storylines, get rid of these races,
What I'm saying is that's not been what I've constantly been hearing. What I've constantly been hearing is, okay, I went through and spent, all this time leveling a Death Knight, and you guys fucking nerfed the shit out of it, and now I can't fucking do anything, so now I have to replay.
But it's not
the entire
undoing that.
game with-
First of all, Death Knight's not even in the game now.
I get that. What I'm saying is, why not take where you are with Battle for Azeroth and go through and start re-implementing the things that people liked about the original?
Because that
Start working, and I know it's not going to happen overnight.
That's
but I'm saying go back and start. The game was here, and everyone was loving it, and it started curving this way, and everyone was like, "Okay, we fucking hate it, we fucking hate it, we fucking hate it." And instead of going through and going back this way,
they just
Blizzard's like, "Well, if we fucking keep going this way, we'll eventually go full circle, and we'll get back to where people." And it's like, why not fucking start pulling it back this way?
so too
where your
much of
players
that
want it.
too much of that has to deal with Activision's acquirement of Blizzard. Ever since Activision acquired Blizzard,
Activision wants to fuck something
the
up.
game has no longer been an RPG. It has turned into a massively multiplayer online.
Action game.
Yes.
It has diluted the core systems. It has
Not a WoW Classic.
It has diluted class identity. It has diluted race identity. It has diluted faction identity, and it has. They literally said after Mists of Pandaria, when Warlords came out, they were like, players have too many buttons. There's too much stuff. There's abilities that players never use. There's things that are very situational. And so they removed a bunch of abilities. And then in Legion, they said it again. Players have too many abilities. There's too much stuff going on. We're going to remove some of these abilities and instead put them into artifact weapons. And then for battle, they did it again. And they're like, there's too many buttons. And it has literally diluted the game down to, okay, click that enemy. Now you press 3 buttons until enemy is dead. Loot, rinse, repeat.
I still can't figure the game out, even there.
Classic, a lot of people are excited for it because it returns to those RPG roots. When you are a holy priest, you have 7 different heals, and then you have 3 different cleanses and a bunch of different shields and power words that you can throw on your teammates to increase their health or their intellect or their damage or whatever. And you're a priest. You have that identity. If you're a warrior, you have all those spells that make you feel like this badass wearing heavy armor and wielding a massive sword and running into combat, screaming at the enemy. The current game doesn't have that feel, and I think that's why a lot of people are excited for it. And fingers crossed, the reception for Classic is so good that they basically restart the game. I know that sounds weird, but you'll have retail, and retail will continue its path, right? Retail will continue to do whatever the story wants to do. But then they launch Classic, and after Classic is out for 2 years, they come out and say, oh, hey guys, guess what? We're going to relaunch Burning Crusade!
Then everyone's just going to get fucking pissed all over again, though.
But they can number one, they can milk
We can
it a
ease
little
them
bit more.
into it, though, like we did last time.
But then if they do that, they can, they might be able to say, hey, we fucked up with this, but we're not going to do it this time.
I get that, but then the
Add the-
problem
add the
is literally
changes,
they're
but
not
don't.
going to do that.
Exactly.
Basically,
And then
Corey.
the problem is they're going to go through and say, okay, we launched Burning Crusade. And 2 years later, they're going to say, hey, we launched Cataclysm. And everyone's going to say, you fucked it up again. And they're going to go, well, now we have Classic 2 coming out.
And
it's
see,
gonna
I
go
could-
back to
I
the
could see-
beginning,
I could
and
see
it's
that
all just
happening
gonna be a
too.
cash grab.
But will I play Classic? Yes. Will I play it obsessively and never play retail again? Probably not.
Can we just get Titan?
That's Overwatch.
I know.
Yeah.
They
Overwatch
fucking
is
canceled it, I
Overwatch
know.
is the remnants of Titan.
Which makes me really want Titan even more because I fucking love like the lore of Overwatch.
I think Classic's gonna be a
What's in
good.
that fucking box. Can I just hold the box? I won't open it.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say
See it.
we were kind of already on the ESO discussion.
I love Elder
Give it
Scrolls.
here.
I love Elder Scrolls so much.
So
I purposefully didn't read the side. I started seeing text and I was like, I'm not gonna read it.
this is the Hero's Guide to the Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay.
This was released in 2000.
14, 15,
So
16, 17.
so we're at the 5-year
19.
anniversary. So the game came out in 2014. So
Correct.
this was released in 2015, 2016.
Okay.
I went to go get it originally, and when I went to go pre-order, it was already sold out and everything like that.
So what you're saying is I'm never gonna own what's in your hand.
So, well,
Notice how
I guarantee you will never own this, but
Why?
so this
How'd you get it?
you open up and it's got a nice little map and everything like that. It's so nice and pretty.
And notice how it was released 3 or 4 years ago, and it already has Elsewhere
Yeah.
printed on there.
Mhm.
It's because it's all
Still-
Tamriel.
still-
Well, because it's all still part of Tamriel.
But my question is real quick. What is this called?
This
Hero's
is
Guide to
He-
Elder Scrolls
Hero's
Online.
Guide to the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm
Why
gonna
can't I
put
have
this one to
what
the
you-
side
why,
for
I wanna
right
know
now.
why I can't have it.
You'll see what I'm saying. So, yeah, I was gonna say if you don't mind. The cool thing about this is it comes with multiple books. And each book, so this one right here is a book. This is the Hunter's Companion. So this is all about, this is basically like a bestiary for all the different creatures and stuff that you will find like in Tamriel. But it's written as like a hunter's journal, like going through everything. Then we go over to this one right now, which I believe this is the Alchemist. Yeah, so this is the Bounty of Mundus. So this is all like different. This is like a guides to like different alchemy and that kind of stuff
Okay.
within Tamriel.
I'm waiting. I'm going through slowly, one by one. Okay.
Then we've got this,
Uh-huh.
which is the guide to arms.
We're at the very end of this fucking like Todd Howard signing this.
No,
That's why I can't get it.
no.
Because I'm like, everything you're saying is in this one right here that's $80 on eBay
Oh, okay,
that I could buy brand new.
okay. So,
I was saying, what's the last thing that he's
That's
gonna
why
say?
I'm like,
What bomb is he about to drop on us?
So-
Todd Howard jerked
so
off
here's
on-
the thing.
It's signed by all the developers.
There's only 10,000 of these in existence.
Okay.
All of them are numbered.
Okay. You got number 1?
There's actually 10,001.
Okay.
This is the original artist proof that got created first and then sent off to be replicated.
How did you find it?
I bought it from the artist who lives in Poland. So I got the actual legit artist proof of this. So this is the first version that was made before they
The
even.
prototype.
Yeah, I bought the prototype.
You bought Patient
How?
Zero.
Because I know you don't have his fucking phone number or email.
No, I honestly happened to be on eBay.
APS of 10,000.
Yes. I happened to be on
That's
eBay.
why you can't get it.
I happened to be on eBay and I was just like, and I was like, oh man, that's expensive though. And then I realized
wanted
it was
to
in
just, like, shoot me a figure.
it was in Polish. I converted it to USD.
Why do I
was
feel like you got this for like $20?
180.
God, fuck you.
That's not bad
You son of
though.
a-
See,
that's
no,
not
that's
bad.
more than not bad.
Like so it was 120 on release to get one of the 10,000. And I got the artist proof for 180.
Wait, this guy
So you got a
says
50% markup, but you
this
got
guy says the same thing, that it's the original when he's in Poland. Just kidding.
I was like, wait, what?
He's like, the fucker lied to me.
There's multiple.
Yeah, no.
Dude,
So-
the
so
prototype is the
no,
prototype.
There are multiples of
literally
these.
like-
I was gonna say I've seen them for between 80 and like 120 on eBay
I was just
recently.
gonna say, so have you ever seen? There's an episode of Simpsons where Homer goes and he finds it. He finds the perfect birthday present to buy Bart. I want to hand that to someone before I ruin it. He goes through and he's like, I found the perfect birthday present for Bart, and it's like this little
That
radio
picture's
thing.
fucking badass too.
We used
That's
to
an
have one
amazing
as
way to go.
as kids too, where it was like it's a mic that overrides a radio frequency.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well he's sitting there and he calls the telemarketer or whatever, and he's like, "Hey guy, did you have any more of those radio things left?" And he's like, "I don't know. I think I've got maybe one more laying around here somewhere." And he turns around and it's an entire warehouse of like 15 million of them. That's the same thing.
Right.
I was like,
right.
"No, this is the last one.
This is the only one in
I
existence.
think I've got one left." And he turns around.
But yeah, no. When I originally saw it, it was like $560. I was like, man,
I want to know
there's
what
no
number
fucking
this is
way
because he
in hell.
specifically doesn't show what number it is.
And then I converted it to USD. I was like, oh, it's only like $180 with shipping. Yeah. So
With international shipping?
with the international shipping and everything. Yeah. It's so pretty though.
I'm really mad that this time around they didn't release.
Physical collector's edition.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I bought the tablet.
Still got my tablet.
I know, and I'm really
Look at that
excited for the
shit.
tablet.
Look at that shit, by the way.
July. I just looked at it the
Yeah.
other day because I was like, I really want a tablet, and I looked it up online. And I was like, when the fuck does this shit?
So Led and Corey are talking about hot bars with ESO and
This motherfucker is dusty.
where are we at? Last mana tends to be more efficient. The amount of abilities was more about having class specific tools and options for certain situations that would actually crop up. Where your scroll to hotbar 6 to use. You would. Oh, okay, duh. Now I see why. Anyway, sorry. Or you just mouse over the hidden action bars to show it. And he's like, LMAO, true, but that moment when the whole screen is secretly all hotbars. That is one thing, like, that's somewhat nice with everything being brought down is, like, you don't have, like, hot bars taking... Well, but I mean, like, it wasn't so bad with the hot bars. It was there towards the end. It's gotten to the point where I've got so many add-ons that, like...
No, and see, I mean,
Here's World of Warcraft.
I can understand where that gets confusing, but
I'm not-
my thing was
thing on your screen.
one of my like one of the best memories I have
No,
is
it's like-
back in Wrath,
You haven't
right
seen- no, I'm
before
just
they
saying, like, you just
removed
watched him play it all.
right before they removed
Legit.
the
He
old
has so
school
many
talent
add-ons.
trees.
Yeah.
It's literally okay. Here's
Was-
his hot bar.
You know,
Here's
I
his
was playing a
screen,
druid healer
and
at the time,
rest of the
Mhm.
screen
And
is
going
just
into a
fucking
dungeon,
paragraphs of information.
and I go into a dungeon, and you know I'm
like, I can't
I'm
even
healing the
fucking
group,
see
and
your
something
character.
happens, and it puts the entire group in danger. But I just happen to remember I've got the exact spell that will counter exactly what just happened way over here.
Mhm.
And you know
But see,
there's those utilities instead of
I don't
now
mind the
it's-
utilities.
It's blanket. You know, you are either a DPS, a tank, or a healer. It doesn't matter whether you are a paladin tank, warrior tank, or druid tank. You're just a tank.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no flavor. There's no more.
Panzer,
You know,
Howitzer.
like Legion did it really good with the class identity.
Yeah.
Legion did it really good, having the class order halls and artifacts specific to your spec, and you know it really made you feel like I made a Death Knight. It made me feel like a Death Knight. That class quest where I went to the far northern reaches of Icecrown and went on this extreme quest with the Lich King talking in my head the entire time, and I go to this sunken glacier way out north of the map that you can't even access, and I
That was
fight.
Titanic sank.
I fight through Scourge, and then the cutscene literally replicates the opening cutscene from Wrath of the Lich King, where I walk across this glacier, take my artifact, stab it into the ice, and then a dragon rises behind me, and that's my class mount.
You and I played two very different games.
But you know that right there made me feel like
That's what I
Epic.
wanted.
made
when
me
I played
feel like a
WoW.
Death Knight. When I did my mage quest line and I went on this long quest chain around the world, teleporting around and talking to these super powerful magicians to get this floating disc that I can hover around on, I felt like a mage.
Yeah.
Now, when I play as a Death Knight, I just feel like, oh, hey, look, that guy's doing damage just like me.
Yeah.
There's no identity to it.
But see, like, that's not. I guess my point is nowadays there's so many add-ons and so many things on the screen that like I kind of miss the days of vanilla where the entire screen was you saw everything and like rediscovering discovering everything. But at this point with classic rediscovering everything. but like being able to actually like see everything that's going on, top to bottom, left to right, and just I know it's amazing binding. But it's gonna be nice to go back and like revisit. I mean, because I played WoW back in high school, but like I never had my own account for vanilla.
I did not either. I played on a friend's account for vanilla. I got my own account when Burning Crusade launched.
I got my own account when Wrath launched.
You know what still pisses me off to this day?
What?
I have one account for WoW. When I sign on, I have like 5 starter versions, so I have WoW 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I used to just go through and was like, I can't afford WoW, so I just started another starter edition.
Yep.
So I was like, I can't even fucking like. I even contacted Blizzard and they were like, well, those are accounts, like we can't remove them. And I was like, just fucking delete them. And they were like, but you lose everything. And I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Just
Like I haven't played it. I'm like, just don't delete WoW 1.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, no, we can't really do that. And I was like, no, fucking do it.
See, agreed. I also like Old Republic's like style of storytelling, but that's a completely different style of game
I
than
never
like
got
World of
into
Warcraft.
that. Not
Old
saying,
Republic-
I need to rephrase.
yeah.
I didn't get into it as in it. I never played it. It wasn't. I tried to play it and couldn't get into
Yeah.
it. I just never took the time. I need to try. I don't know. Is it even still running anymore?
Yeah.
And if so, is it gonna
Oh,
still
bye,
be
Corey. Corey's going to bed. Night night.
Bye, Corey.
running? Bye, Corey.
They actually have a new expansion coming out.
Really?
If it's not coming out this month, it's coming out very shortly, or it may already be out right now. I don't know. But,
I think this is gonna be my one and only MMO.
ESO.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It to me, and I know people argue this, but to me, it really does just feel like an online Elder Scrolls game. And there's so many people that argue that and are like blah blah blah, and it's just a stupid another MMO and all that. But I'm like, I play the game by myself. I enjoy the hell out of it. When I do play with people, it's fun, and I
Oh,
can
hey,
do
Shadow.
that.
Perfect time to show up.
But I can
Corey's
also
leaving.
just sit and play by myself and go through and run the story. And I do get really confused though as to why I've ran the same Dark Brotherhood mission like 18 times, and it just keeps like being like, cool, thanks for playing, come back and do the same mission again.
Those are called dailies.
No, like so unless I beat the entire Dark Brotherhood and only did 2 missions, like
No, so
I've done it all.
okay, so you know how the Harborage you have to be or at least you used to have to be a specific level
yeah,
to get
that's what I'm saying.
to get the
is, like,
next
they
mission.
supposedly got rid of that with one Tamriel.
Right, with Dark Brotherhood, you have to be at a certain reputation. And then the next mission unlocks every so often with the reputation.
Well, I can't afford to keep fucking playing the same mission over and over because the one I keep playing over and over,
Yeah.
every time I beat it and I get out of it and I like completed the mission, I've got like a 2,000 gold bounty on my head.
Sounds right.
That's what
Which
happened.
probably means I'm not doing it right, but
As of right now, we're talking about Elder Scrolls Online. But we've been talking about that for a while, though, so I'm assuming somebody's wanting a change.
I don't know, that's all I played this week. I could talk about this fucking game for...
Yeah, you pick 2 topics. A, I know very, very little about World of Warcraft. B, I know some about Elder Scrolls. We've played it some, but...
Shannon's just over here like, please, can I, for the love of God, talk about Morehow?
No, I don't care what we talk about. I don't have a lot of input with it, just because I never really... Because... How old are you?
25.
Okay. I don't know. I never really got into World of Warcraft when it was big, just because it was pay to
Pay to play.
play. I didn't really have like a desktop computer either. I didn't have a computer. I always just bought consoles. So.
See, I miss the days when, like, WoW was so popular. Like, it got to the point where it was, like, Chuck Norris and Mr. T.
Television
and, like,
ads.
Mini-Me
Yeah, I
were doing
remember
TV
that.
ads and
The
shit.
game-
Like,
Ozzy
it was so
Osbourne.
The
great.
Mountain Dew game fuel that you could buy, enter the code on the cap, which would give you an item in the game, which you could load into your Warbot pet, which would then fight other Warbots that it encountered that had the opposite color of fuel.
Mhm.
So if you bought the red fuel, you would enter the code, get a little canister of red fuel in the game, you'd load that into your pet, and then if it encountered someone with the blue fuel, they would duke it out, and whoever won kept their fuel, whoever lost their fuel. And it had the cultural reach. I mean, it was back in, 2011, 2012, right at the peak, like, end of Wrath of the Lich King.
Sounds about right.
That shit was everywhere.
Well, and,
I went to the midnight launch for Cataclysm at Best Buy in Greenwood.
Yeah.
And, like, there were people lined up like Black fucking Friday
Oh, yeah.
for the launch of Cataclysm.
Mhm.
And then I went for the launch of Mists of Pandaria, and there was nobody there.
What was the, was it Warlords of Draenor?
where you go back in time.
No,
Where they pulled the
you know what it is. I'm trying to remember if that
WoW
was
2
the launch.
Electric Boogaloo.
I'm just trying to remember if that was the launch. So there was one launch where Nick picked me up and was like, "Dude, I'm gonna go to the WoW expansion launch. Like, you wanna go with me?" I was like, "Fuck yeah."
Oh,
let's
that
go."
was Warlords. Yep.
So I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go." So we drive over and fucking we're sitting in the GameStop parking lot, and he was like, "Yeah, we still got about half an hour till they normally open." So it's like 10:30.
Because they were reopening for a midnight launch, because that was back when they actually used to do cool shit like that.
So around 11:30, I'm like, "Dude, there's still no one here. We're the only person in this parking lot." He was like, I'm sure, like, they're just, I don't know, running late, or I don't know, like, I'm sure it'll happen. It was like 11:45, and we're like, what the fuck? There's no one here. And then he was like, okay, I guess they're probably not doing it, so let's go to Best Buy. And we drove across the street, and Best Buy was closed. And he was like, what the fuck? So we just spent, like, till, like, 1 o'clock driving to different fucking GameStops and Best Buys.
Yeah.
And no one did anything. So then we drove over to Walmart, and by the time we got to Walmart, we were sold out of the collector's edition.
No.
So he was like, what the fuck? So he was like, I guess I'm not playing this tonight.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Also, congratulations, Shadow. I guess she graduated from college, so she's hoping to be able to watch our podcast more often.
Congrats.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What did we graduate in?
I don't know.
We didn't graduate.
We didn't graduate.
Yeah,
Shit.
we didn't graduate shit.
Here's my diploma.
It's the artist proof. Yeah. She also has the game never played.
Which one? Wow.
I think
Yes,
WoW.
I
She
mean,
has a question,
I end up. WoW is my security blanket.
The game you can never let go of.
The game I can.
As
never
you're currently
let-
here in an
literally, I'm
Alliance
sitting here.
t-shirt.
I'm wearing an Alliance
It's
t-shirt.
the fact that not but a week ago you were like, man, fuck this game. I'm never fucking going back. I'm done with this fucking game. And then like 2 days later, you're like, if I did.
Yeah,
I
It's-
resubscribed.
it's. I don't know if it's nostalgia or what, but just on my Death Knight alone, I have like 80 some odd days played on that character, and then my Druid is in like the high 60s, and my Mage is in like the high 50s. I mean, I have probably on my account a good like solid year of time logged into the game,
365 days.
which to a lot of people is like, holy shit, man, what the fuck do you do with your life? Well, I like to sit at home and play World of Warcraft.
Nerd.
Despite the way the game has gone, I still just for some reason I just keep going back.
Yeah. Shadow has a question right now, so I'm waiting for her to ask the question. But I will say, so we didn't have a podcast last week, which sucks. Sorry. I was really fucking tired. I needed sleep apparently because I passed the fuck out. But by last week we were supposed to have beaten BioShock. Anybody here replay it?
I didn't replay it, but I know everything that happened.
I was about to say I played the game like 7 times, so I can definitely like.
I really am mad.
I was gonna say I got mostly. I think about halfway, maybe 60% through it again. But I've played it before. I just didn't get a chance. I don't know why. I just didn't get a chance to finish it. But
I didn't realize I didn't own it. I thought I owned it, and then apparently I didn't own it. So I literally just
But
rebought it.
I guess
like,
the
a week
more
ago.
pressing question is, did you finish it, Nick?
He did finish
He
it,
did.
and I'm mad because he guessed the ending like at the beginning. of the game.
I did.
The beginning
but-
of the game, he guessed it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Ugh. So I got BioShock t-shirt.
So
Anyway, so,
what's gonna be the next game?
I don't know. We got to figure something out.
BioShock 2.
Like I said,
I don't want to play that.
I would really rather
He
not.
needs to play it.
I know he does.
I get that.
I've played it before. I would really rather not play it again.
I really like the story in that one.
in 2?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I'm not being sarcastic. Like, the gameplay is shit. The
That gave
fucking
me a
game is
headache.
boring as fuck. The story, I got to the end and was like, that was a really good story. It's definitely the weakest of the series, but I would
Yeah.
definitely say Infinite 1, 2. But I really enjoyed.
Definitely one Infinite 2.
You're stupid. Get the fuck out of my
Definitely
podcast.
one Infinite 2.
You're fucking stupid.
Maybe it's because I have nostalgic memories about 1, bought my got my Xbox 360 for my birthday.
Same thing.
First thing I did was, had birthday money, and I was like, I want to go buy a game for my new Xbox, Dad. And he's like, all right, let's go to Best Buy.
Mhm.
And I was looking around, and I only had $30, so I had to get a game that was on clearance. BioShock was on clearance. I
Same
was like,
thing. Only my copy
this
came
game-
with Lego Batman also for
This
whatever
game
fucking
looks
reason.
this game looks kind of scary. I don't like scary shit, but you know what? Fuck it, let's play it anyways. And I went home and I had a friend over that night, and we stayed up and we beat that entire game in one night and shit ourselves multiple fucking times.
Did the same thing with that. Did the same thing with Infinite, and I'm telling you right now, Infinite had a better story. You can say nostalgia all you want, but it doesn't make it a better story.
That golf club at the end was so
Yeah.
Okay.
fucking satisfying.
Would you
I need
kindly
you to go and
kill
fucking
me?
beat Infinite so you can tell him how fucking stupid he is.
I wouldn't say he's stupid.
No. This is a
I'm feeling
personal
attacked.
attack against
I'm
me.
feeling
No, I feel attacked. Bioshock Infinite is
I don't
still
know,
one of my favorite
I-
storylines of any game I've ever played, ever. I got to the end of that fucking game and it warped my mind. I cried at the end of that game. It fucking, everything just like... That game fucking just
as much
changed what games could
as
be
much
to me.
or more emotion than Portal 2.
More. I enjoyed Portal 2, don't get me wrong. I love Portal 2. That game's fucking great.
Hold
But
on.
my point is,
Uh,
hold on.
Just remember, never beat Portal 2, so please, no spoilers.
What the fuck? You're the one that got me to play Portal.
Hold on, no.
I think we just found our next game.
I forgot I
Question.
never finished Portal 2 because, again, that was one of the ones that I was almost done and had the hard drive crash. And then
It's been about 12 years.
so
It's time for you
I-
to move on.
It's time for you
I
to
beat the
move.
There's
co-op.
other hard drives out there.
Oh,
Other
is
hard
the
drives
single
in
player
the sea.
different from the co-op?
the single player is completely different from the co-op.
I've only played that game co-op.
Oh yeah, I
Two-
did not do any of the co-op.
The single. Oh my
I
god.
played the single player
I-
story mode.
Cried.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cried at the end of Portal 2
Yeah.
single player.
Okay, apparently Portal 2's next.
Oh my god, that was an amazing experience.
Hold on though, before we play Portal 2, we gotta play Portal 1, and that takes like a month to beat.
Has everyone here played Portal 1?
Yes.
I've
Mike has it down to like 30 minutes.
I was gonna say
Well, I don't know if
I've
you
got
can do
I've got it
now.
down to I can beat it in about 30 45 minutes.
I don't know if you could now. It'd probably take you at least an hour now.
You're probably a little
It's
rusty.
been, yeah,
it's
been a good 10 years.
The
since you
second
played
to
it.
last puzzle would be the one that
The one
fucks
where
me.
it's like you gotta jump through here, fall, it throws you up through here, and then like. hit
well,
this
like
portal
like
with
the
light.
one where there's the thing going above over here, but then like there's
I
like
just
a
remember
big
one-
giant gap with no floor, and you gotta like launch down here to come out over here to put another portal there, so that way you shoot back
Yeah.
over this way to come over here to bypass the fan to get it like yeah
But at one point,
That
if
one-
you miss a single point in it, you're dead.
yeah.
Like it literally has to be
That's
exact.
that one would
things.
probably take me a little bit to remember, but
Two
everything.
has a couple spots like that where I was just like, motherfucker.
There was a couple times on 2 where
Well, cause two fucking threw in new like elements of like, okay, well now you have ink that you have to like splatter onto the floor to be able to even shoot a
Just
portal
throw the
there.
portals down.
Like,
Yeah, and then like you got to get the bouncy, and then you got to get the slick ink, and like the two different. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Although
that game
the
was
moment that I
fucking hard.
found the Easter egg with the little radio that was playing Exile Vilify by the National,
I don't remember
there's one room, I want to say it's like the third mission, the third puzzle, or at least on your way to the third puzzle. There's a little side
that. I
room
feel like I found those.
that you have to drop a portal, and you have to like get momentum and then shoot yourself through a tiny little gap into a side room.
I feel like I
And the
remember
room has a bunch of scrawling on the wall, and there's a
Yeah.
little radio in the corner that's playing Exile Vilify by the National. I found that, and I carried that fucking radio with me to the end.
What was it? There's one thing in something in the first portal like that. Where it literally is like here, like if you complete the game by carrying this thing all the way
The
through
companion
with you.
cube.
Not companion cube.
Um,
Something else.
no,
Frog or something.
it's not Portal. It's Half-Life, and it's Noam Chomsky.
That's
Yes!
it. That's what it was. Yeah.
Well, Noam Chomsky. Well, so did they bring him back in Left 4 Dead 2
Yes.
then? Okay,
Yes.
because I never played.
That it was.
Okay.
Oh.
That's yeah.
Left 4 Dead 2 was an Easter egg to
Correct.
the Half-Life
Okay,
Easter egg of
I didn't
Noam
even understand- I
Chomsky.
didn't even understand that. I
Yeah.
thought it was the thing.
No,
So.
it was a Valve thing for
That was
for,
fucking
for
hard.
sequel
I don't
games.
remember Left 4 Dead or Half-Life very well, but I know on Left 4 Dead that was hard. because you'd be carrying it, and it was like, okay, I guess I gotta fucking
Well-
throw him so I can whip out a gun real quick and fucking.
But no. That was one level. Half-Life 2, you have to make it through the entire 23-hour campaign.
I thought it was the same way. I mean, it's not 23 hours, but I thought you had to go through all
It's
like,
just
four safe
just the
houses.
campaign.
It was
So I'm saying,
just
I thought it was all 4 safe houses you had to make it through, not just the one level.
well,
Well, no, one.
you have to go through the entire carnival.
Okay,
But that's
so
one
you're
level.
counting the whole carnival as one level.
Yes.
Not the 4 levels that are inside of
Correct,
the carnival.
correct. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you have to get through the 4 stages.
Stages. Okay, that's.
But
okay.
I'm saying before opening
following what
credits,
you're
you
saying,
have to
yes.
find Noam
I'm following what
Chomsky,
you're
and then
saying.
you have to put him in the rocket at the end
Yeah.
of the game. So like, you literally have to carry him through the entire 24-hour campaign.
That's how long the first Half-Life is.
Second Half-Life.
Oh, this is the second Half-Life. Okay.
Yeah.
I have played that.
Shit's a chore, man.
It's
It's a
it-
great game.
Yeah.
I played.
But
two.
it's
I
a
never played
chore.
the first one. But
Dude, what the fuck happened to this guy? I'm literally reading his journal about how his face literally melted off of his fucking head because he got scratched.
Sounds about right.
What was?
Like literally at this point, like this thing on his like cheek.
I
explodes
don't
and
know.
shoots blood on.
Yeah,
all
have
over
you
everything.
played and beaten Hollow Knight?
Hollow Knight?
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of which, Hollow Knight 2 is coming out.
Nice.
I've heard
No,
Josh,
I haven't even started
Chef
Hollow
Josh
Knight.
talking about it a
Shovel
lot.
Knight I started and I fucking quit playing because it was pissing me off. But Hollow Knight. I need to
Hollow-
play.
He explained it
Yeah.
to me. I mean, I know the premise of the game. I've never played it.
No, you're good. But there's another game. Braid. Sorry, we're discussing story stuff within games, but it's got some spoilers, so I don't want to mention it to people that haven't played games. But anyway,
what are games?
Viduma games.
So are we doing BioShock Infinite or Portal 2?
I'm not letting him play Infinite until he beats 2, so I would say let's start with Portal.
Do they actually correlate?
No, but
No, between BioShock 2 and Infinite, no.
I've never
I
played
know how
2,
you
and I
are as a
don't-
gamer. You're the same way I am. You
Yeah.
have to play 2 before you play Infinite.
I would say that with this, because Infinite is a departure from the series that has some
I literally started with
callbacks
Infinite.
to 1.
2 things. If you go straight into Infinite, you're never going back and playing 2.
You won't.
And second thing is, I know how you are.
Mhm.
We have to play things chronological.
This is also the guy that won't play Witcher 3 until he plays Witcher 1 and 2. They're
That's what I'm
Fuck
saying.
it,
I'm the
so
same. I'm the same way.
I know.
I'm the same
Witcher
way.
1's controls are so
That's why I haven't played Red Dead.
garbage.
Yeah,
Redemption 2 yet.
it's
It's
hands
that
down
they
some of the
want.
worst combat mechanics I've ever played in a video game.
That's why I haven't played Grand Theft Auto 5. Is because there's
So
like
just
19
read
other
a
games I
synopsis
haven't
and play Witcher 3. Just read trust me, with BioShock 2, you're really not.
What?
You're the story is acceptable, but the gameplay is shit. You're not missing.
played. He and I will argue on that.
You're not missing a lot. I would say that if you went and played Infinite, yeah, you probably would never go back and play 2, but
You need to play 2.
you're
Don't listen to
you're,
him.
you're not missing a lot, man.
It's a good story. It's got cool mechanics and a couple cool scenes. It's worth playing 8 hours of a game.
Or you can play
To
Infinite,
just go
which is
through.
exponentially better.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. I agree. But again, 8-hour game, and then you never have to play it again, or jump into Infinite, and then you'll never go back and play the other game, and you're going to miss all of that. And again, who's to say that when 4 comes out, it doesn't go through and have something to do with 2?
But then at that
Yeah.
point, you can replay 2.
He won't do it. So I'm
I'll
saying
just-
play it now while you have,
Yeah.
like...
But I was going so Portal 1 is insanely fast.
It's like
Roll a d20
40
for
minutes
it.
to now.
1 to 10, you play BioShock 2. 11 to 20, you play Infinite.
Or just
Oh,
play
shit.
Bioshock 2, because that's how you play
Shadow's
games.
asking the real questions now.
What?
What was your favorite Telltale game and why?
Oh, 100%. The only one that I actually played was none of them because they suck. No, I'm just kidding. Oh,
I was about to be like, oh shit.
I was gonna say, motherfucker dropping some truth bombs, but on top of that, I thought you played Wolf Among Us
My
and fucking
2
loved
favorite
that.
games that Telltale did.
Sam and
My
Max.
3 favorite.
My 4 favorite Telltale games.
My top 5. Sam and Max. Never got to really play them. At least didn't beat them. They did the Wallace and Gromit game, which I didn't beat. They did Wolf Among Us, which I didn't beat. They did Tales from the Borderlands, which I didn't beat, and then they did the first season of Walking Dead was incredible. I started season 2 and immediately was like, fuck this game. I loved season 1 of fucking Walking Dead, and then I was immediately over it by the second season.
Awkward confession.
Mhm.
Never played the Telltale games.
Again, you don't have to beat them; you just have to start them.
Never-
That got him by for about
I've
15
only,
years.
I've only played the first season of Walking Dead.
First season of Walking Dead I've played. That game was
That game's great.
amazing. Because that game
I
also...
wish 2, 3, and 4.
Yes.
Or was it 2 and 3?
2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4 had been as
No.
good. As
2, 3, and 400 days. I don't think 4 counts
No,
as its
there's-
own.
No, the last season
The
or the final season
four.
is 4.
Oh, that was 4?
Yeah.
That is
So
4.
400
Fuck
Days
me.
is a spin-off.
Yeah,
of
because there's
Michonne
Walking
or
Dead
whatever.
season 2. Then there was.
He
the
just has a
Final
problem with not
Frontier.
finishing in general. Anyway.
I am divorced.
She said he has a problem with not finishing games, doesn't he? No, but
Speaking
seriously,
of that, what was that one game?
Leisure Suit Larry?
No,
Magna
there's
Cum
some
Nada?
game. There's some game I've started like 18 times. Fallout 4. Why the fuck have I not finished Fallout 4? Fallout is one of my favorite franchises ever made, besides Elder Scrolls. And I fucking started 4 like 18 times and I've not finished it.
I'm right there with you. I have beat 4, but
You have beaten 4?
I've beaten 4 multiple times.
See, I need to specify. I should specifically say the Bethesda years of Fallout. I own 1, 2, and Tactics. I've never played them. I do have them on my computer. I need to go.
So
play
I've
them.
played all the. I have
But-
not played 1, 2, and Tactics, but
Yeah.
I played 3
Yeah, I played 3
an
New Vegas.
obscene amount, and
Yeah.
I played 4 quite a bit when it came out.
New
And
Vegas isn't Bethesda.
Nope.
It
I
is, but
have
it's,
not
Yeah.
touched 76. And it angers
I
me
know.
so
I
much
bought it again on
because
PC.
all of the interns at work are obsessed with singing motherfucking Country Roads, and they sing it, and I'm like, stop it! That has bad memories. And they're like, why? It's a great song. And I'm like, but it ruined my favorite series.
Fallout 4 is the game that I platinumed in 2.5 weeks.
Nice.
Because Siege was coming out. Because it came out November 15th of 2015. What are you doing? Stop it.
And now our channel's banned.
Yeah.
Well, we're
It was
gonna
already
get, we're gonna
open.
get
You said
copyright
that it
strike.
fucking paused.
We're gonna get copyright
No, because this wasn't Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, God.
But no, yeah, Siege was coming out on December 1st of the same year. So
this guy's story.
2.5 weeks later, Siege released. So I was like, I'm gonna have to play this game, otherwise I'm not gonna play it.
Why? I need you all to very briefly explain to me, because I know we don't have enough time, but why is that game so fucking hyped? That
Because
was the
it's-
most disappointing fucking game I've ever played.
Because now it's actually an engaging, competitive, first-person tactical shooter.
Understand, I bought it on day 1
So did I,
and played it for like 2 days.
and never touched it.
No, yeah, but my point is, so like I will
I
say
loved it.
maybe it's changed or something.
I loved it in
but
alpha.
why?
I was in alpha for that.
What is good
I-
about that game?
I
And
played-
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just
Oh, God.
I don't
Sha-
see what it was.
By the way, Shadow said that when Fallout 76 came out, that everybody in West Virginia, where she's from, started freaking out. And then she says, "Thank you for playing my state song." Anyway, sorry, continue.
Well, I was just saying, like, he was really passionate about this.
Yeah, I
Like
was
he hasn't
Yeah,
talked all
yeah.
night, so like
That-
we had
that's- yeah,
something
that's
he
what
was
I'm
talking
like.
about.
I
I'm
like
not
it.
bashing the
I
game.
like it because it wasn't insert game here, but Call of Duty, as in
So
like
it's something different.
well, it was tactical because I always wanted a game that was like, okay, let's work together, but we're all working together against another team of people working together.
So Rainbow Six pre-Vegas, because that was another big thing. Is Vegas and Vegas 2 are so much a departure from the standard Rainbow Six formula. To me, Vegas and Vegas 2 played like a slightly tactical Call of Duty.
Yeah, I hated Vegas and Vegas too.
But
My thing is, when we were supposed to be getting Patriots,
Okay,
and then they fucking give us
Okay.
Siege, I was pissed.
okay, no. You asked me why I like Siege.
No, I agree. No, leave me out of this. I want to know what's good
So-
about Siege. I was
so-
answering another
right, but he's
unrelated
like,
thing.
but now you're bringing up
Okay,
Patriots.
so this is the best way to describe this.
Bring my drink out.
So-
spill on that.
Did everybody want Patriots?
Yes.
I would hope so.
I was gonna
The
say,
game
if there's a
looks
single person that
absolutely
doesn't want Patriots,
amazing.
you obviously
I like the
saw
fact
a
of,
fake
like,
trailer.
My thing is
Because-
understand it's been what 6 years since I've seen this trailer.
Yeah.
But with that said, what I liked is I want to go back to the days of Rogue Spear. Fucking
Yep.
Rogue Spear was a phenomenal fucking game, and that's what I want. And I think part
Rogue
of my
Spear and
issue
Raven
with
Shield.
Siege was the fact of I did not do any research on the game, so I was expecting like, oh hey, it's another fucking like Rogue Spear, but it's got online multiplayer, and then jumped in and was like, it's fucking, what is this? Because I don't like game, and I say this while also liking Overwatch, so it's a little, but I don't like games where it's okay here, like pick, do you want to be the heal, like, and I specific, like, how am I trying to explain it? Here, pick this character, you have a pistol, but you also have the C4 that can be used to then blow the door so that you're the guy that's going to be doing that, while the other 3 players are going through and doing their missions to try and go through and do this. Just give me a fucking gun and let me shoot people.
Okay, as the once, and it's still great. Rock said, "Know your role."
Know your role and shut your
No,
mouth.
the reason why I like it is because you have a job, so it's not you don't have Fuse running in there just randomly, just like spread, like shooting into a room, being stupid. That's not his role. Like he is the one that finds the most fortified part of the building, and he breaks a hole in there for Montaigne or Blitz or whoever that you're using.
That's awesome, but where's my first guy? Where's he at?
Your first, what do you mean?
The guy that his role is to run in his fucking spray shit.
Depends.
Give me him.
I mean, you can play Fuse that way. He has an LMG, and you can run in there and just. But the idea is that it's not Call of Duty where you can take 3 shots to your face and retaliate.
That does get fucking annoying. You can shoot someone in the face 18 times, but they knife you and you're dead.
Well,
Yeah.
they kind of get rid of that actually.
Did
But
they?
yeah, for the most
Like
part,
Call
it's
of
like
Duty
2 melees a lot
forever.
of the time, unless you're behind people most of the time. But no, the idea is that it's realistic and it's tactical, so you can't just enter a room like you would in any other first-person shooter.
You have to check corners.
Because people are in every corner. They can lay down. They can sit behind stuff. They can put shields up and like corners and things to make their own cover. You have people that will break holes in walls and set up and watch you enter a room from another room. Well, little tiny peephole, they can see you, and you have to pay attention. It's a game for. It's not a game for casual players unless you're in casual, which ironically a lot of the people will jump into casual and
It's
play
not.
it.
It's not a game to just jump into by yourself and relax while playing.
My
No.
issue is just the
It's a
fact
game
that in
to
12 games, I literally got 0 kills, 0 wins, and was like, fuck this game.
Get good scrub. Like
No,
so
get rid of game and leave server space for the players that want to play it.
right. So
Correct.
This is
GTFO,
this
which
is
is
definitely
what I
a
did.
game that is designed to weed out the people that are looking for another Call of Duty. Like this is
Which is cool and all.
Yeah.
But my thing is,
That's a great way to put it. Actually,
okay.
That's
That's
a great
great.
way to put it.
That's awesome, and that's totally fine. I get that. So I'll step out and let you play. Where the fuck is my Rainbow Six game that I've been waiting fucking
Correct.
26 years to play?
That's the other
That's
thing.
my thing that pissed me off with the game.
Correct.
Right.
This would be like if they launched 76, but then like never launched another Fallout game ever.
No.
Like,
yeah.
I'd be like, oh, that's cool. That
Damn
game is
you,
out there and
Todd
people like
Howard.
it, and I'm glad that they're enjoying it. But like,
Okay, but I will say
where the
people
fuck
that-
is my Fallout
At
5?
least Siege was received well.
No,
That's
I
a
mean,
valid point
but
too.
with that
But
said,
I
a
know
lot
what
of
you
the
mean.
things,
Got him.
a lot of the things I read online, I'm
It
just
is
like,
a
shut the
departure
fuck
from the
up.
other series.
Yeah.
But the idea is that it's a tactical game that you can play with your friends. It's a lot of fun because you have to work together.
And it returns back to those Rainbow Six tactical roots.
right.
It doesn't have
And
that.
It's,
and
it's
I
like
like
replacing your
tactical.
squad with your friends.
Which I get, and I'm like, that's really cool and all, but I want a mission
I don't play
where
that game
it's just,
solo.
But
It's not designed to be a solo play game unless you're
It's meant to be
Oh
played with.
my god.
my thing is, but hold on. My favorite part of Rainbow Six, when
Makes-
Rainbow
makes
Six
my
came
brain
out,
just melted.
was okay. Here's a map. You're outside the building. You're gonna start here. You have to get the hostages in this room. Map out your plan. Who's going where? Map it. You'd spend an hour and a half just going through and mapping out waypoints and going, okay, you know, Bravo needs to move here to here to here to here to here. Take everyone out. Then you have Charlie going through, and you need to disarm the bombs here, here, and here. then Alpha Team's going through, and then we'll take the hostages and get like that was fun to me. Now it's just here, just first one to 50 kills wins, or 25 or whatever.
No,
No,
kills.
there's no respawn.
Yeah.
You die, you're dead.
It's search and destroy
That
basically.
shows you how much
Yeah,
I
it's search
fucking
and
played this
destroy.
game.
And
But
I
my
like in
point is,
Call
I
of
was
Duty,
just like,
I always mostly played search and destroy, like Modern Warfare 2. Every life counts. Like that's why I like to look at it. Because once
Yeah.
you eliminate a
Like
player,
hardcore.
they're out of it.
It's like hardcore search and destroy basically.
I don't know what search and destroy is.
You plant a bomb, you guard it till it blows up, then you win.
One
Or
team
defeat
one
the
team is the attackers, one team is the defenders.
Counter-Strike.
You have one.
Counter-Strike.
You have
Never played.
What? See, that's why you don't like it, because you don't play games like that. And
That's why I'm
and
thinking,
that's
like-
the thing. Like,
I just think
I
this
like
game wasn't made
Counter-Strike.
for
Yeah.
me.
no, I didn't play like.
Well,
CS:GO and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played any of
just to
those.
kind of harken back, I know we've already moved off of this topic, but talking about Fallout games, like if they never made another Fallout game after Fallout 76, shout out to, I mean, you can always play Fallout Shelter.
I have so many hours in that fucking game.
But anyway,
I've got to say real quick though, my thing is, what I get pissed off about with Fallout 76, and people that have played the game, if you have played Fallout 76 and you have complaints, I will listen to everything you have to say. But I'm getting fucking tired of people going, well, Fallout 76 is a bullshit game and it sucks, don't buy it. Well, what don't you like about it? Well, they say it sucks. Okay, but what sucks about it? I mean,
I will
it
say
sucks.
I've actually played like 4 or 5 hours of it because I got a free copy for it, and I played it post the like 50 gig, like the ridiculous patch they sent out for that
It
game,
was insane.
and I mean it ran great.
It's
I,
for
what
me.
I
It's
played. I mean, I once again, I have a 4 or 5 hour sample, but I mean,
For me, it's not-
Yeah,
It's
I think
not-
It's a fine game.
it's not that the
Like, I
game
haven't
doesn't
played enough to,
run.
like,
It's not. It was nothing technical with the game. For me, it was.
that's what I
I didn't-
I kept hearing about.
But
It
I
just
think, that's
doesn't
what,
run.
I think,
It
I
has
think what he's saying is
problems.
it's like his personal.
Oh, gotcha.
It wasn't. It wasn't the technical issue. Yes, the game had technical issues. Every game has technical issues.
every
Especially
Bethesda
Bethesda.
game.
Yeah.
I love
So-
Bethesda. They're my favorite publisher, but yeah.
for me, it was number one. It was the departure from the typical Fallout game. I enjoyed Fallout because I was the sole
Sole
survivor, and I'm exploring a world that is recovering from the nuclear apocalypse. And you know, I'm encountering these communities of people that are struggling through certain hardships, and I'm coming in and I'm assisting them. And whether it's like Fallout 3 with turning on the water treatment plant in Washington D.C., or
game is all about installing a water filter.
exactly, or you know, Fallout 4 when it's, you know, discovering
Watch spoilers. Continue.
discovering what are these synths that are roaming around, and then figuring out what the Brotherhood's plan is in the area. And you know, there's so many different storylines with Fallout 76. It's just
There's no story.
you have to discover the story by finding a computer terminal somewhere, and then there was no
It feels dead.
exactly. For me, there was no attachment, and I get that it's only 20 years after the apocalypse and all that, but it didn't have that Fallout feel for me. And then I understand that they introduced the ability to turn off PvP and all that, but the fact that I can go and out of Fallout 4, I really enjoyed settlement building. I really enjoyed finding all these
I hated that
materials
part.
and
I was so
deconstructing them
bad
and
at
building a settlement, and you know, having workbenches and all this kind of stuff that I can always travel back to and know exactly where it's at. But then in Fallout 76, if I build that shit, even if I have
get destroyed.
even if I have PvP off, people can still come in and take my shit. If I have stuff stored in a chest, people can come in and take it. And that's, for me, that's not an experience I want. And so, I mean, I played it in beta. I enjoyed the game because it is a Fallout game at its core, and I love that series. I love that 1950s post-retro nuclear apocalypse. Everything's fine and dandy.
Yeah.
I feel like
But it didn't stick. It didn't stick.
the more you keep talking about it, it seems like the way I think the best way they should have approached that is made it like a game mode in Fallout 4.
Yes.
Like this part of hasn't been civilized yet, so you guys are the people that are going to go out here. If you want to play with your friends, you know, here's multiplayer. Go.
I agree.
Not a standalone $60.
Are you saying a completely separate thing entirely, or are you saying kind of like
Just
added
add
onto the
multiplayer
map,
for it.
like a
just
DLC.
Well, I'm thinking more like a Dark Zone for Division, where it's like, oh, this is the
that
area,
works.
this is your playground, go have fun.
Change Fallout 4 though.
But I
But
actually
it's
like
like
the
Game
way
mode. It's like it's totally separate. It's like if you want to play
you don't have to
multiplayer,
do it.
here's
But
that.
what I'm saying is,
If
so
you-
like
if you wanna
I go,
purchase
I
it.
click. Okay, so I start game. I load my save file. Okay, is that an area of the map?
No.
Or are you saying
No.
like I
It's a
go
totally
in and it's
separate
like, do
thing.
you want to load
Do
here
you
or
want
do you want to go
load
into
single player or
multiplayer?
you want to go multiplayer?
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And see, I think that would have been I think that would have been a great
They
approach.
could have tested multiplayer, seen how it worked.
I liked his idea with like the Dark Zone from the Division, where you can play single player and go around and complete the story and all that. But then,
And then if you
there's
want
this,
the multiplayer, go into the dark zone,
there's
and
this
then you go into an
uns-
instance.
this unsettled
area.
area where there's still story, there's still items to get, there's still stuff to do, but it's
Instance in its own
Over
separate
here.
area and
and I can
does
still
not affect
play
your single
all
player.
of this
Yeah.
and have that authentic Fallout experience. But then if I want to play with friends, I can go right over to
Even if they
the
want to
my
charge
thing.
it like, $30 for that DLC for multiplayer. They,
I would have
Like-
shoveled my money at them.
like a 6 months or 12 months after it releases or
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, what are you gonna do?
My thing is for me, and I'm sorry, what I hated is the fact of like this was basically stated from the beginning. I feel everyone was mad saying that they didn't have enough, they weren't clear with us and they didn't tell us what it was going to be and all this stuff. But my thing is, going back kind of what I was talking about with Rainbow Six and Rainbow Six Siege, is the fact of it's another game, it's set in that world, it is not that game type. It was not meant to be a single player RPG. This was meant to be a survival game, a survival RPG.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing of, okay, we have World of Warcraft, but we have Warcraft. It's set in the same world. Two very different games.
Well, but on the same
I just
token,
liked-
like comparing Fallout 76 to other survival-esque games like The Forest or 7 Days to Die or something like that, I had more fun with those games than I did with
I
Fallout
have not been able to
76.
get into those games because for me, when I try to get into them, I'm just like, I really don't care about this world. For me, throwing a Fallout name on it, putting that music into it, putting that world together of, post-apocalyptic 50s
Then
feel,
that's
that
why
pulled me in.
you get
That's
a
what I
AAA
liked.
developer. I mean, you got the money to throw around for that stuff.
Yeah.
Atmosphere you're gonna have.
But my thing is, I felt like they were very clear up front about this is going to be a different kind of game. This is what this is. They showed it off. They said this stuff. And everyone was like, oh, well, I thought it was going to be Fallout 5.
Sort of like
and I'm
Don't Starve.
But my thing is, I was just like, it's not Fallout 5.
Yeah,
Like, we just had Fallout 4 3 years ago. 4 years ago? 2015? 4 years ago.
15.
So it's like, it's been 4 years. I get that. Like, I don't know.
Three. Yeah, 3.
Oh, yeah, because it came out last year.
I think. Maybe it was 15.
But anyway, so it's been 3 years. So I'm like,
Fallout
it's not
4?
like they went through and were
November of 15.
It's 15. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, they
So
took
we're
13
coming
years.
up on 4 years.
But I mean, if it had been 13 years and they were like, new Fallout game coming out, and then they launched this, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'd be pissed. But like, this is basically an in between. We know a 5 will eventually come out.
Yeah.
This was never meant to be Fallout 5. This was, hey, let's try something new, and we know people like this world, so let's give them more of that world.
Right.
Which is what drew me in, personally.
I think what they need to do, because don't get me wrong, I think everybody wants some kind of multiplayer, whether it's Fallout or Skyrim or whatever, not Skyrim, but like Elder Scrolls. I think instead of going from single player only to 20
Multiplayer
people
only.
in a lobby, they need to have Elder Scrolls 6 co-op, like 2-player.
We're
Like maybe
do the
maybe full. Like that's the
the similar way that like I would sort of be excited if there was an Elder Scrolls game that sort of followed the idea of Destiny, right? Where you have a shared world, right? Where you can play with your friends and there's like social spaces and stuff like that. But then when you go to do a quest or a dungeon or a delve or whatever, you're by yourself unless you explicitly have someone else in your fire team.
Yeah.
Like
Third
I think
party, yeah.
that would be great because then you can still do solo content and have that solo experience, but then if you want to play with friends and have that, hey, let's shoot the shit and play Elder Scrolls for 2 hours tonight.
The two things I will say with that, though. One thing, because you're going to come up with just many reasons to just throw out the first one. Anyway, my point being, the thing with that is, though, and I think what also hurt Fallout 76 and would hurt, the problem is, to this point, I cannot name a single game. Destiny's included in this. Did not do it. Anthem didn't do it. All these companies, they're taking these companies where they're saying, okay, we're gonna go and get Bungie, which told an incredible story with Halo, and people really liked this story, and we're gonna bring them in and use their storytelling elements to make Destiny. Fucking, there's no story in that game. Fallout 76, we're gonna take this huge. I'll fight you right fucking now. After like 8 years and patches, they finally started putting in story, and then
I will say
Year
Year one
that
Destiny, I gotta agree with Joe. It was,
Year 1 Destiny, I
Year
will
one-
agree.
yeah.
by year 3 or 4, when they finally released Taken King, they had started to make it better.
Taken King was 2.5 years. 2 years.
I'm
But
my point
Destiny
is, hold on,
2?
but my point is, hold on. It's better, but even, I still feel like I'm not needed.
Destiny 2's story was one of the first games in years that as soon as the moment that I finished the campaign for that game, I had to legitimately step away for a minute because
Not at all.
that
for me.
the campaign
I
for that
did
game,
not see that
the
at all.
story of Dominus Gall and you know, losing the light, getting the light back, all that kind of stuff. I went out and like
He found a religion in this.
I
He's
bought
like-
the fucking soundtrack because the soundtrack created so much atmosphere for me. The world was in depth. The story was great, and I loved every fucking bit about it. And then there was no end game.
yes, that.
And then they released Forsaken, and the story was fucking amazing again. And then there was no end game. And then they started doing the seasons like, what was the first one? Season of the Armory with the Black Armory, and then Season of the Drifter, which we're in now with, you know, all the Gambit changes, and then the next one being Season of Opulence, and like the game wasn't the best when it came out, but the story of Destiny 2 for me is probably one of the best stories I've played in the past 4 or 5 years.
I really am happy for you that
Like,
you
easily.
actually that it was that for you. That's what I wanted it to be for me. And
There
I got
is-
to the end and I was like, wow, that was kind of cool.
There has
And
yet
then
to
I
be
have not even thought about that game since I beat it.
there has yet to be a moment for me that has topped that. After the first 2 missions, the one where the first mission where you're in the tower after it gets attacked, then you have the cutscene where you get kicked off a tower.
Yeah,
Then you have the mission where you sneak through the city, right? And then there's the cutscene of you escaping the tower, and that third mission where you're climbing the hills outside of the tower looking for something, and there's this like eagle or whatever that's like guiding you, and the music of it and the story, you know, the your damaged ghost like talking to you and all, and you're working your way through the forest to find this corrupted shard of the Traveler. Like that, for me, that was an amazing experience, and that they developed the world and the atmosphere and everything about it. And I still go back to that as one of the best story missions I've played in a long time.
I feel like that's the game I wanted to play, and that's not what I played.
So
Like,
here's
I wanted to
my
enjoy
question.
it that much.
Um,
But
I will
am
say,
I'm
I played the-
happy that you enjoyed it that
I
much.
played the entire story of Destiny 2 solo.
Yeah, that's how I
never
did it.
never once did I have friends play with me.
I never did. I soloed that entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the fact of my
yeah, I was gonna
the
say
other thing
I
is
don't think
joined a
we ever
clan.
played together until Forsaken,
Yeah.
which
Clan.
fucking Forsaken's story.
Oh, yeah.
But now, as a counter argument though, so what? So he's saying in the last 4 or 5 years. So
Okay.
what game in the last 4 or 5 years do you think has had the best story?
I
What?
have to think what's
There,
my
I mean,
thoughts.
there are games
Well,
that still
okay.
match up to Destiny 2
Well-
for me, but Destiny 2 is probably.
I
my
know what you're gonna
top of
say,
the
but
top
he hasn't
3 or-
played it.
3 or 4.
What am I gonna say? You know what I'm gonna say, and I don't.
Does 6 years count?
Well,
What are we
like
going back to?
6
What are we
years.
going back to?
I still think probably the best narrative I've ever played a
Witcher
game. No,
Oh, I was just waiting.
that's good. It's up there, definitely. It's like I've had to write a list. It'd be kind of difficult, but no, I still think Last of Us is the best narrative.
God
I've
damn!
ever played.
I've yet to
So-
play that, or I've yet to get past the credits.
I
opening
have
credits.
not played it, but I have
good.
played it by proxy. Okay, I have not explicitly played the game,
He watched Morgan play.
but Morgan loves the shit out of that, and she's played it multiple times. And I know the story of the game. I know the twists and the turns and all that about it because I've sat there and watched her play it.
Nothing's more satisfying than playing that game on grounded mode, which is the hardest mode. It doesn't tell you your health. They give you like no ammo. It's just nothing. It's just like brutal the entire time, and it's one of those best experiences I ever had with a single player game.
Shadow says best story ever. 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Specifically Markiplier's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, no.
He adds another depth to that.
Yeah.
Real quick, because I want to actually find out. I want to ask you what you think I would say because I don't know what I would say.
Probably
But-
Breath of the Wild.
Holy fuck! I do love that game.
Now, see,
I love
again,
that story.
I haven't played it because I don't have a Switch.
That story was beautiful, and I was really
And
pissed
I've-
because the one thing I will say is if you get a Switch and you plan on playing it, the one thing with that game, I was fucking mad at the end of that game because it felt flat and it just ends, and it was just like, wow, that was a shit fucking ending. I then went through and looked it up online. There's these like side quests they give you throughout the game. It's part of the main story, but it says here is something else to do. If you don't do that, you get the bad ending, and it's just okay. The game ends. If you do that, I was like, oh, that fucking ending was great. So I looked up on YouTube and it was like, oh, that was a much better ending.
And
so
I've
I went
heard-
and did it.
I've heard nothing but great
I
things
was
from
really
people that play
disappointed
Breath
in
of the
original
Wild
ending.
that say it's
For
an
what?
amazing
Original
game.
ending for?
Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay.
So, and this isn't giving anything away. So, in Breath of the Wild, you have to go and find memories.
Mhm.
If you don't recover all your memories, Link never remembers who he truly is. So when you get to the end of the game, Link's just like, oh, well, that's cool. I saved this place. I still don't know who I am, so I'm just gonna kind of keep on wandering, and then that's it.
I mean, I know the general art, like, I know the story arc
Yeah.
for Breath of the Wild. I know the general gist of it. And if I ever get, I mean, I do eventually want to get a Switch, and I will eventually play Breath of the Wild, and I'm sure it'll stack up. But I mean,
The one thing I was gonna say also though, and just kind of backtracking a little bit before we got on to, because with like
Sorry.
Destiny and stuff. The one thing I will say though is where I was going with that is, I feel like to this day, every time a major company that goes through and says, okay, we're really good at storytelling, I'll let you have, I'll give you Destiny because clearly that game actually did have that for you, but like BioWare, they're like, hey, you guys are known for telling
even talk
incredible.
about it.
I know, but it's
don't even talk
you are known for telling incredible stories. Why don't you take what you already do and just add multiplayer to it? Fucking awful. Then like everyone says, Bethesda, they went through and were like, you have this incredible thing. Go tell this story with multiplayer. They failed to do that. Every company, I don't think anybody has learned, and I'll give you Destiny may have come the closest, but no one has been able to take single player story and add in multiple people and it still be great. What are you gonna say? Because I'm gonna hit you.
Borderlands.
I still see. The only thing. Bear with me. I haven't played 2, so
Let's
I can't
not.
say. I don't know. I played 1, and that fucking story is bullshit. And I was
loved
pissed.
it.
I loved it too.
This is my thing. I did love it, but when I got to the fucking end of that game, and has everyone played it?
Yes.
Seen it?
Yes.
When the fucking
Well,
people want.
do you guys
heads
care
up-
about spoilers
heads
for a
up.
26-year-old?
Yeah. I was gonna say we got two.
6-year-old.
We got 2 viewers right now. We got Shadow and we got Led. Does anybody care if we spoil Borderlands 1's ending?
Batman.
I'm
dies,
sorry,
man.
but if it's older than a year and it's not BioShock Infinite, because I don't want to be a dick to Nick.
Well, no,
I feel
I'm just double checking.
That was just the biggest fucking middle finger.
And I that's why I loved it, because it made it.
I was just like,
Because you.
I
you
literally,
did all this work, and then they're just like, nah.
But like, have we had an answer yet? I really don't want to say.
He thinks
anything.
before he was going to hit. Shadow says go ahead.
Okay, so my thing is,
I don't care if you spoil anything, to be honest, from Led. So we're good.
okay, so, when you fucking play that game for about fucking 80 hours or whatever I put into it, and then you go through and it's like, oh my god, guys, the fucking vault, like, what's inside? And a fucking squid monster middle finger pops out and goes, fuck you! Legit, I had to look it up online, because I was like, oh, I'm fucking at the wrong place. That's not the vault. Like, okay.
No, you're at the vault.
And I'm looking up online, and I'm like, that's what? And it's like, no, that was what was inside. Is what you're fighting for was a fucking squid. I was fucking mad.
Well, no, because like the monster already took over the treasure area.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It already consumed
Yeah.
it. Like
The monster had already consumed the
so
vault.
there was actually shit in there then.
Yeah.
I totally took this as in there was nothing inside, and this
No.
guy was basically fucking punking you this whole time.
No. This is literally a case of Smaug ate the fucking treasure. Fight Smaug. You
They
win.
didn't
Congratulations.
explain that well at
That's
all to
basically how it
me.
is. Like
That's what it was.
like this is the creature.
That
like
doesn't make me as mad.
yeah.
I was pissed when I got to the end of that because I literally thought it
I'm
was
gonna
this
have to
dude was
return my pitchfork now.
But it literally felt like it was just like, hey guys, this fucking new guy just walked into town.
Watch this.
Guys, oh yeah, did you guys hear about that treasure?
Exactly.
He's fucking going for it. Everyone's standing around going, watch this.
I got 20 on him dying in the first hour.
I literally thought that's what it was. But that's
No,
also why I never really got into 2, was I tried to play 2 and I was like, if this fucking game does this to me again. Part of me really, like...
It does. It. I at least know it doesn't. I never finished 2 though, which is also why
How do you know it doesn't?
Because I've talked to people and I was like, motherfucker, if I'm playing this game, please for the love of God, tell me. Am I playing this entire thing for an empty fucking vault? And they said no. So I was like, okay. No other spoilers.
Yeah, there's a note in this one that says...
I owe you.
I owe
It's a
you.
note from Ashton Kutcher just saying you've been pumped. No, seriously though, the other thing with Borderlands 1 that I had an issue with though, and this is not an issue, I just didn't realize what I was doing. So I went through and I bought the Game of the Year edition. So when I loaded that game up, I had all DLC. The other thing is, it is definitely a thing where for me, the only other Game of the Year game I had played up to that point I think was Fallout 3. And it was, okay, like, here's the missions that will take you on the DLC, and it's labeled as such. So it's like, hey, this takes you to the pit. This takes you to, you know, all these different places. Fucking Borderlands doesn't do that. You fucking walk up to a thing, and it's like, oh, hey, like, you want to come over here? There's some missions. So I was, like, level, like, 15, and I was like, oh, what's over here? I'm gonna check this place out. And I fucking spawn, and there's about 1 million fucking evil red-eyed claptraps fucking just, like, nuking the shit out of me. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I couldn't figure out how to get out of it. That took like 30 minutes of me fucking getting mad to figure out how to get out of that place.
I will say
didn't know
though,
where it was
I
supposed to
think there
go.
was something you were gonna say like forever ago.
there were a few different things I was gonna say forever ago.
I keep talking.
All the way back to Rainbow Six Siege.
Fuck.
I just had a fucking vision. I know everybody's going fucking battle royale right now, but a Rainbow Six Siege tactical battle royale would play. No, dude, it would literally be the closest we will probably get to GGO.
He's not wrong.
I could go
Okay.
for some bullet of bullets
I got a
right
better
now.
idea.
Like I'm just saying.
Better idea.
What?
What if they just make a fucking sword or gun get on?
I mean, I would be ecstatic for a Gun Gale Online. I'm just saying, but I mean, like as a competitive PvP like ultimate fucking tournament. Can you imagine if they were to do like a fucking Rainbow Six Siege battle royale and then just play and get the best players to do like a 1 day massive game? Like, I would fucking tune in for that shit.
Question.
Anyway, sorry.
Everyone's favorite battle royale game. Quick.
Like currently,
Yeah, just that's
Apex.
everybody
Apex.
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 Right, it's the one that plays the best. I would
Apex.
say.
Tetris.
No.
God, Tetris 99.
Fucking setting that joke up.
No,
When I saw that, I was like, that can't be a real fucking thing.
and then Shadow to tag on to best narrative in the last
Yes.
few years. Detroit Become Human.
I haven't
Oh,
played
you
it.
know what?
So I'm
Okay.
really,
Hold on.
really fucking pissed about that game right now. Before we end, I need 5. I'll cut it down to 5. I need 10, but I'll cut it to 5 minutes to discuss the Epic Store.
Okay, yeah,
I need
Yeah,
to
that's
rant
fine.
about that.
that's fine.
But I'm mad
That's-
at the
that's
Epic
what this
Store.
soapbox
I'm mad-
is
no,
for,
I'm not mad
is
at
to
Epic
rant.
Store. I love the Epic Store. I stand 100% behind the Epic Store. I'm fucking mad at all of the publishers right now. Quantic Dream is included. But you have the floor, my friend.
Oh no, I was just. I kind of. Not that I forgot about the game, but I forgot.
I haven't played it, so
I have not. Heavy Rain would be the last Quantic Dream game I played, and fucking shit was that game great. That was probably the last game that I had a fucking
What?
epiphany to.
I
Heavy Rain.
watched.
That's
I
not
never.
You never played Beyond Two Souls?
Nope. Yeah. Never touched it. I own it on PS4, and I'm about to own it on PC. Never played it.
Oh yeah, that's so Epic Game Store is doing
Hold
it.
on, I will go into that.
They got a lot of games on sale, and
I
then they're
will
doing
go
an
into
additional
that.
10% or $10 off.
I have
Apparently you know
plenty
more
to
than
say
the Epic
about
Store.
this. No, you don't.
Hold
Don't
on.
fucking bother.
Well, no,
Are we going into this, or do we have more to talk about first?
I don't know. Shadow was like, wait, anime? Apparently Shadow wants us to talk about anime. What?
I am down to talk some anime, but Quantic Dream has reversed.
Yeah, it's back on sale, and they're doing the $10 discount as well.
So is Borderlands back on here?
Oh, God. She said, ooh, give it to me, please.
Borderlands, not found.
Notice me, senpai! No,
So, can I go into this?
sure, go for it.
Okay, Epic Store. Basically, we all know, company that launched, everyone's tired of other launchers, everyone just wants Steam. I get that. I completely understand. However, Steam is basically, to us, is great. Gamers, they're acting good to us.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is they're the big bully in the playground that doesn't want to fucking help out other publishers and help other companies. They want give me my fucking money. Fuck you.
Give me my
You're
money.
selling on my store. Give me my money.
money.
Epic is coming through and at least putting on a front. They have something else going on behind the scenes. I don't know. But they're putting on a front of we want to help developers get the most money they can. So they are taking minimal profits on these games to go through and help other publishers. That's what their whole thing is behind. So now Epic is doing a thing where they're running a sale right now. So a lot of long story short, a lot of publishers have jumped on board with Epic saying, thank you, we're making money on your store. We'll continue to give you our exclusives. That's why Borderlands 3 was a huge deal. So that specifically in mind, Borderlands 3 is available for pre-order on the Epic Store. Well, actually, no, it's not. So, Epic decided to run a sale. So, any game over $15 is $10 off.
Okay.
So, $15 games are $5, $20 games are $10, and so on and so forth. Every single game that is purchased, Epic is fronting the discount. So, you go
The
through...
publishers are still getting their full cut.
So, you go through pre-order Borderlands, you pay $49 for it, I'm Epic, I pay $10, Gearbox gets their $60. Okay? Or minus their, 10% cut that Epic takes.
Yeah.
But, long story short, that's how it works. So, the game publishers are now pissed because they are saying that Epic didn't tell them they were going to do this, and by doing this, they are now devaluing their games. Not because they're losing money, they're worried that people are going to see their game is on sale for $50 and not think it's worth $60 now. So now you're hurting the value of our company for the future. So they went through and pulled Borderlands 3 off of pre-sale. You cannot buy it until that sale is over in June. Now, the other thing is all these other companies are following suit saying, hey, that's not cool. Yeah, you're making our games look like they're not worth as much as they are. We didn't authorize this sale. And I'm like, you're still getting your fucking money, so it doesn't matter how the fucking thing's working. You're still getting paid. Shut the fuck up and sit down. That's my rant.
I'm gonna have to go against you on this one.
Why?
Just because.
I love some competition.
Well, so as the consumer, this is great.
Okay.
Like, I'm paying less money. Like, cool. Like, high fives all around. I get paid $10 bucks for a $60 game. Cool, whatever. If I, as a consumer, am like, oh, if I'm going to buy through Epic Store, okay, so all $60 titles are going to be $49.99.
It's specifically listed as a sale. It's specifically listed. It's only until June 14th, and it states all of the rules of the thing up front, saying, like, when you click on a thing, you have to accept the terms and conditions of this is a sale. It only lasts for this long. It only qualifies for these things. It tells you everything straight up. But continue.
No, true. What I'm saying is, though, in the future, they're going to be like, oh, well, this one's not on sale. This one's 60. So why is this one 60? Was this one 50? Was this one not worth as much? Or
conditions that you went through and signed.
True. I see what they're saying is people are going to expect the games to be either cheaper or there's a reason why it's on a discount that it's not going to be as good of a game.
Or it's also the situation of I do have.
So that's under the impression that all gamers are retarded and don't read shit.
No, that's under the impression that most people that buy their kids games are actually retarded and don't read shit. Like
What parent is going onto the Epic Store and being like, I'm gonna buy my kid a game today. Let's flip through and see this. Okay,
the one who's like, mommy, on the Fortnite launcher it says that I can get this game cheaper.
I don't
know. I'm just being devil's advocate.
I think this is a bunch of people having absolute freak out panics because they think that they're
over
not going to
something
get
bullshit.
another golden toilet this month. They're going to have to settle with pewter.
Well, right. Well, but it's also the situation of again, devil's advocate here, just throwing
And
a
first of
hat in
all,
the ring.
sorry, I do have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is anybody fucking sitting around and going, well, Borderlands is $10 off. I'm not buying that now. That's going to be a piece of shit. No. Every fucking person in the goddamn world that owns a PC is buying Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Nothing is
And
going
especially
to stop
especially hearing that it's $10 off and I can buy a $60 game
Yeah,
for
that's the thing.
$50.
Now, you can't, though,
I
because
would
of
be
them.
that like I didn't even know that was happening, but that would have been an impetus for me to be like, well, shit, I wasn't gonna pre-order this, but for $10 off, I mean, fuck.
Another reason why I will throw my hat in the ring for Justin Roiland, who is, I don't know who, obviously, I think you guys all know Justin Roiland. Justin Roiland, co-creator of Rick and Morty and the voice of Rick and Morty, created the company Squanch Games. They have the game
Squanch.
Trover Saves the Universe coming out, and when this whole Epic Store thing happened, he literally said, I stand behind them, they're getting my game out to more people are seeing it, it's on sale, so now it's also appearing on the homepage because people are pre-ordering it. Fuck yeah, thanks for the free advertising.
Well, and his game is actually on sale, plus 10 off.
Yeah, so it's already 10% off on the store for pre-ordering through Epic, but
So
now you get $10 off, so it's a $16 game instead of a $39 game.
Which, once again,
Yeah.
Or no, $30. It's
I'm not
$29.
saying-
Something like that.
Maybe
I know you're not.
personally,
I'm saying the developers are.
I mean, personally, from my end, great. A game's super cheap. I'm going to do the research, and I'm going to see that this game is only, it's cheaper because of, what we're talking about. Not because, like, but if, if just somebody's like, okay, I got a gaming PC, downloaded it, I'm on the store, like, why is this game that's not out yet, like, half off? Like it's not going to, it's just going to, it
That's
has a
not-
weird appearance to it.
I see what you're saying, but that's not.
It's like they don't think it would sell for 60. It's like we're not gonna be able to sell it for 60, so we're gonna have to discount it. Which once again, there's gonna be people that do the research, and it's not gonna affect those.
Then why is that
It's
not
gonna be
affecting
told
my sales where all games sold through my company are already 25% off what your company is selling them for? It has not hurt my sales at all.
Oh yeah, that's another thing is Walmart is
That's
currently...
hold on, that was bad math. It's like 20%. Anyway, but yeah, all games, new release games come out at $50 at Walmart.
For some
Every
reason,
game.
every
Nope.
single game is
Does
coming
not
out at a
matter what it
$50
is.
price tag instead
all
of 60.
games $50 come out. Nobody's come in and been like, "Whoa, Rage 2, it's only 50." Like, I don't know about that. Like
Well,
they come in and are like, "Holy shit, it's fucking $50." Fuck yeah, go ahead and grab me that, and then grab me this other game while you're at it. Like Mortal Kombat 11 was the biggest selling game we've had. Our sales were dying. People weren't buying games, and then we did that. And now
But
people are coming out and rushing out in masses to buy.
But
games.
it's
It
also
helped
the
game
situation
market.
of it's again, devil's advocate here. One of the guys that used to work at our hotel, Ryan
Okay.
Miller, buys.
I'd watch. Throwing out.
Well, no.
Okay.
He
I was just gonna say, depending on what you're saying, I was just gonna say I'd watch Throwing Out Memes.
he buys his suits at specific places.
Okay.
He refuses to buy suits at places where, like he refuses to buy a suit at Men's Warehouse, specifically because Men's Warehouse constantly has sales on their stuff. So if they don't have a sale, then he's like, well, it's not going to affect it now. But it's like, okay, so
I get what you're saying. This uptight asshole that wants to have a status symbol because his clothes cost more money than my clothes cost
no,
is not part of the gaming community.
no. He doesn't want to. If he's like, okay, I need to buy a new suit. Well, you can go to Men's Warehouse. Well, they don't currently have a sale going on, so why don't I wait 2 weeks till they have a sale?
Oh, I thought you were saying I won't shop there because
No.
their clothes are cheap.
No.
Okay, I
So, like, with this
misunderstood and I
Epic
called
Store-
an innocent person who I've
with,
never met an
with
asshole.
this Epic Store thing.
Hold on, I do want to retract that.
Yeah.
I want to very clearly retract what
Yeah.
I just said because I don't know this guy.
No.
So
So with this
someone's
with this
watching it and be like, you fucking called him an asshole. I'm gonna tell him. You just called you an asshole. I don't even know this guy.
No. So with his whole thing is like so Epic Store. If Epic Store constantly is having sales, then
This is the first sale they've done.
right. Which
Continue.
again, it's a brand new launcher.
Platform.
Like this platform hasn't been around for very long. So but it's the same token of Steam. Steam always has Steam always has their summer
Fucking
sales.
Steam summer sales.
But that's the thing.
those publishers aren't getting paid for those sales.
Right, but it's the issue of they're saying, okay, so like Steam summer sales, obviously, and like all of our games are insanely cheap and our sales skyrocket. And then during that month. But then, like, leading up to the month, everybody's thought process is, oh, wait, duh, we're about to hit July. That means Steam summer sales are coming up. Why don't I wait 2 more weeks and then I'll buy this game when it's discounted?
Okay, then explain another thing to me. And again, this is a business thing. You might have the better perspective of this because you actually physically are running a business. I don't see the business side of this, so it doesn't make sense to me. So you make $1,000 a month.
Okay.
Selling games. So
Okay.
you make $12,000 a year as your company. I'm just using base numbers so
Yes.
it makes sense.
Yes.
So $12,000, okay? Now, because of summer sales, for instance, Steam goes through, and in June, you made $6,000, okay? But you only made $500 the rest of the months throughout the year. You still made $1,200, so what does it matter?
You mean 12,000?
Why does it matter? Is there something that I'm not seeing that's on books that's like, oh, is it like a stockholder thing of like this scared the
Could be.
stockholders because our sales don't look
It
good?
could be stockholders, but I don't think is Valve or Epic. I don't think either of them are publicly traded.
No.
So I don't think it'd be a stockholder situation.
Oh,
I,
shit, it is midnight.
I think it would. I sort of see where
It's bad for business overall because then people are going to start expecting games to always be cheaper.
exact that
And
that
then, and then when
yes.
they're on normal sale, I'm not going to buy that game because I know that's going to go on sale somewhere. So
Yeah.
I'm going to wait until that game goes on sale. So I will never fully fund. I'm going to always expect games to be on sale before I buy them. If I know that.
what people are already doing though.
No.
Why?
Because there's there's always have that fan base that's okay. I'm gonna pre-order this no matter what. I don't care what this is.
Yeah.
Money, throw it at it. I don't care. I love this. And then you have the people that are like, I love this series. I want to see a little bit more on it. Maybe I'll pre-order it. Maybe I won't. And then you have the people that wait for the reviews, and then those are the people that come in and pick it up. And then you have the kind of stragglers, whatever, down the road. But if I know that the game's gonna go on sale, like 2 weeks after it releases, or even before it releases, or whatever, I will never purchase a game for $60. So Epic's always going to have to front that extra $10 or
As long as
whatever
they
it is.
are, what's it matter?
Because it's bad just for business for everyone. Because then
No, it's bad business for Epic, but as long as Epic's able to afford it, it doesn't matter. Because that's what I'm saying is whether somebody waits 2 weeks and pays $50 for it, or they buy it day one and pay $60 for it, either way, the developer made the same money.
yes, they made the same money, but they're getting hit. Also,
Who's they? You keep saying they're getting hit.
Epic's taking the hit for that.
Okay.
And so they're always going to have to take a hit in
Okay.
order for people to buy their games.
Yeah,
at
so
the
that's
store.
fucked up for Epic.
Yes.
That's not hurting Gearbox.
But-
Why does Gearbox give a fuck what Epic does? I'd be like, my profits are great. Fuck
And
you
then-
guys. I don't care if you're around
and then
forever or not.
They're never going to buy a full 60 from anybody else. So if you take Epic out of the equation or whatever, like putting that aside, if people have that but then they see it everywhere else for 60, they're still not going to buy
But
it
how is
everywhere
Steam
else.
Summer Sales not already doing that? How is Steam's Winter Sale
Because
not
it's, 'cause
already
it's
doing
once
that?
a year.
4 times a year. It's every quarter. Because they have fall sales, they have summer sales, they have spring sales, they have winter sales.
They have smaller sales, yeah. But
Yeah,
Steam
the,
Summer
pretty
the,
Sales-
the
fucking
two
big
the two
nowadays.
big sales for Steam are summer and winter. So they have two major sales periods during the year that they try to drive sales and purchases. I sort of see where Shannon's coming from because it does.
It devalues a $60 game.
Yes, and people. I look at a new game. A game comes out, right? They announce Borderlands 3, and I immediately looked at that and I was like, I'm gonna spend $60 on your ass. And now, like I see all these companies fighting over. Oh well, it's $50 on Epic Games. Oh well, with my Best Buy Gamers Club, I can get it from Best Buy for $46. For
People are already doing that.
and so I'm always, for me, it doesn't. Not that I don't value it like a $60 game, but the general market doesn't value
Correct.
it at that price. And so then now the market standard for a new game is $60, right? You have Steam Summer Sales and Steam Winter Sales that happen twice a year that everyone looks forward to because that's an opportunity to get the games that I haven't purchased yet on sale.
I just figured out why this doesn't make sense to me.
Yep. I was gonna say I was gonna bring something up, and I think you just figured it out too.
Maybe.
Because if it's a game that I want, I'm gonna spend the money for it when it comes out.
Yes.
I automatically expect to spend $60. If I can get it somewhere for $50, cool. If I can get it at Best Buy for $48 because I have the Gamers Club, cool. But if that is going to become the market trend where everyone is putting things on sale all the time throughout the year. Now
Why would I ever spend 60?
why would I ever spend 60? Now I'm just prepared. Now I'm expecting to spend $50. But then if Epic and Steam and all these launchers are selling for 50, why isn't Best Buy and Walmart selling for 50? Now Walmart's selling for 50. Okay, why isn't Best Buy doing that? Now Best Buy's marking all their games down to 50. So now it's sort of like a vicious cycle, because then
It starts killing a lot of businesses.
exactly, because then now if the online launchers want to match brick and mortar stores, they have to mark even steeper. So then now Epic Games takes $20 off every game. So now games are $40. Then all of a sudden, after 2 or 3 years, you have brick and mortar stores offering games for $40. That way, they can drive more business.
Which they would literally make.
It literally just keep, and then all of a sudden you're
Say Blizzard money.
devaluing
The thing is,
the
while
intellectual
you're
property.
So you said they'd be
valuing
making
intellectual
Blizzard
property,
money.
the two
I was like,
things-
whoa.
Because part of me thinks I may have just put it into terms in my head that makes somewhat sense, so I can kind of understand what you're saying. But the other thing I'm seeing is, and I will never forget this, okay? I specifically remember this as a specific case that came out when I was I don't remember, Halo 2, whenever that came out. Halo 2 had been out for 1 month,
Long time ago.
okay? 30 days. GameStop marked it down to $15. You know what happened? Shit ton of people that were never going to buy that game originally ran in and bought that game. And so many people that weren't originally going to buy that game that you brought into the store to go through and get that promo went through and bought it. So now you guys made more money than you were going to. And you also brought them into your store to say, hey, while you're here, check out all this other stuff.
But that's a single game. That is literally a single promotional item. That is a marketing.
this
that's
is
a
one
marketing
single
strategy.
marketing ploy.
It
This is
drives
one
foot
single
traffic.
promotional sale.
That's literally
For every game on
For
the
every
marketplace.
game.
Well,
every
first of all,
single-
which is like 12 games, because there's nothing on the Epic Store
But
yet.
you
Second of all, hold on, this is just one sale. If they did this every single month for the next 12 months, I will retract my statement and say, okay, I can see what they're doing.
But you
one sale, I don't think is going to do the amount of one fucking sale. This isn't Hitler.
no, but you said
This
so. You
one
said
sale-
you,
listen,
you said Epic is
that makes
taking
sense in-
$10
hold on, I
off
gotta
every
make
game.
sense
That makes
of
sense in
because
my
that
head.
makes
Hold
sense
on,
in
let
my
me
head.
explain.
Hold on, listen, okay? Hitler was one guy that rose up and took all this power, and then everything spiraled out of control because of what one person did. This one sale is not going to go through and cause all of this trouble that you guys are talking about, where in 5 years the entire game industry fell apart and burned down, and now there's no more brick and mortar store. All of these things are these horrible nightmare scenarios that this one sale is not going to cause. 12 sales might, but one sale isn't going to do that.
Okay. So our other thing is now
This is, I think, what is going to make sense to me. Where
Shadow's really confused with like, wait, what? Huh? Anyway,
We also just watched a movie about Hitler. That's why Hitler's on my mind.
yeah. Sorry, we just watched The Producers. Anyway,
Funniest fucking movie ever. I don't know if Shannon even liked it.
here
It was alright.
here's the thing. The comparison we're using right now is Steam Summer Sales.
Okay.
Can you name one Steam Summer Sale game that was marked way down on Steam Summer Sales for pre-order?
I honestly have no idea. Because 9 times out of 10, would I truly
Most
don't
of
know.
the stuff that's
This
marked,
is my thing.
like
is
most of the stuff that's like brand new releases
okay.
doesn't go on sale. And
Okay,
it is the $60 price, and they have it that way for a long period of time. And if it is on sale, it's because
Minimal. It's a minimal sale.
it's a minimal sale, or if it is on sale, it's Fallout 76 dropping $20 in the first 2 weeks because the game was bad and
Didn't
getting
sell
bad
many.
publicity, so they're trying to drop the price to get people to buy the game. So they don't want people to see, oh, Borderlands 3 is on sale
Hasn't even come out
early,
yet.
hasn't even come out yet. But they don't want consumers to look at it and be like, oh,
I don't think anyone's going to do that the way that it's advertised on this store. I truly don't.
But it sets a precedent. It sets it's
Anything could set a fucking precedent.
but that so they
Fallout 76 was $40, so now every Bethesda game should be $40. We said that here. Hold on. This game was marked down to 40. All Bethesda games are now $40, guys. We
But
just
that's
announced that.
that's because it's
Live on
two
this
that's because it's
podcast.
2 weeks after it came out and it wasn't meeting sales targets.
Yeah, but so now by your standards, all games that Bethesda's releasing are going to be $40.
if they don't meet
No.
sales standards.
No, fuck that. That doesn't matter because a customer saw it for 40 and now I want every game for 40 because I'm
what I'm saying is,
I'm just saying you're
don't
using
want every-
extreme examples.
I'm not saying every game should not be worth that. But if I see a game that's on sale before it's released, my first thought is, oh,
That game's not going to be good.
No,
That
you know
game's-
where most people think, oh, good, the game's not gonna be good when the review comes out. Most people see that and go, oh, fuck, a deal.
right, but like take Anthem.
I don't know
for instance.
anyone that sees a sale and is like, this game's gonna suck.
Anthem.
Before it comes
I
out,
thought the exact same thing.
Anthem was $60 everywhere.
Right,
Who discounted it?
but
Sale pretty quick.
yeah, I was gonna say it went
Wicked
on sale
quick.
hella quick.
Within a month.
Not at us.
wicked quick.
Within a
Still
month.
60 for us. That's one game that's not fucking
It's
part of
$50
our thing.
off right now.
So
Yeah.
it's $10.
Well, the Legion of Dawn is so it's $29 for the more expensive edition.
Yeah.
$29 for the $100.
But you know,
Stop talking me into shit. You're on the clock right now.
I think
it's one of those I can see both sides. That's my whole point.
yeah.
I'm not
I'm
arguing.
struggling
I think
to
it's
see
awesome
both
for
sides.
like
Oh, and I know
when
you
you're
are.
when you're buying stuff. Like hell yeah.
I will also say
Alright.
that's another point
I want to be
is
very clear real quick, though. I am not being argumentative towards you guys. Physically, this does not make sense to my brain.
Right.
So I don't understand. So
Also,
I tend to get
whenever-
argumentative.
so-
But I just am trying to understand. Now, this is my other question, though. This is what I was going to say I think made sense in my head. Okay?
okay.
I hear a game. I think of an object. It is an item. It is literally a physical object that I'm being handed.
piece of property.
Okay. Now, do I need to be looking at this as a economy? So, for instance, okay, I have $1. I tell you that dollar's worth $1, but now I tell you that dollar's worth 80 cents, and now everybody says that dollar should be worth 80 cents. Now my dollar's not worth as much as it used to be. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Is there like an economy there?
No, it's so.
There's a
To me,
standard.
but to me,
There's
a
a
game
s-
is
exactly.
a game.
It's a
I'm
stand-
like,
it's a
just
standard.
game.
So-
this doesn't mean there is no value to it.
I have-
It's a game.
It's the value that.
So
It's
that's
the
what I'm
value
saying.
that
We
you
all-
place on it.
we
Which
all
is
work
what
in the
money
same.
is
we
because
all-
money is all paper until somebody puts a value on it.
We all work in the same industry, right? So we all work in whatever
Are you
industry.
saying we do? Because I was like, we work in an industry
th-
totally different from yours.
This is so hypothetical.
Okay, okay.
We all work in a similar industry. Okay, you develop a product, you develop a product, you develop a product, and I develop a product.
Mm-hmm.
They are similar products but different, right? They fit the same need, but each product is different. Okay, he develops Halo, you develop Minecraft, he develops Destiny, I develop Borderlands.
Just saying, my game makes more than you.
Yes. Okay,
At a cheaper price point.
but
Exactly.
But-
so that's
I'm kidding. I'm
So-
kidding. I'm
so-
kidding.
so-
I know.
we each have this piece of property, right?
Okay.
The industry standard over the past 20 years has been that at release that piece of property is going to be worth $60 after all the
Hold on. I
after
will
all
say
the work we
last
put
maybe
into
10 years.
360 was the first one to do.
Yeah, I was
gonna
gonna
say,
2005.
okay.
So 14 years.
14 years.
14 years.
God,
So-
God damn.
so
It's been that long
we
since
each
yours
have
went up.
this piece of property worth $60. Okay. Minecraft and Halo and Destiny are all on
Xbox.
let's generalize. They're all on the Steam launcher.
Okay.
Okay, they're all worth $60 at release.
Okay.
You can pre-order them for $60. Okay, but then I sign a contract with Epic and says, "Hey, I'm going to sell you my game for your launcher only. That only people can get on your launcher for $60." And then Epic goes and says, "Hey guys, by the way, we're selling this game for $50." They don't tell the developers. Okay, the developer is looking at it like, I'm giving you a $60 game and you're telling people it's only worth $50.
So do you think
They are-
hold on, changing this, if you were Epic, or I'm Epic and I'm coming to you, okay? What we're gonna do is I'm gonna take your game and we're gonna do this. We're gonna put it on sale. What if we were to do a sale store wide? Are you thinking it's because they're going behind people's backs and they think you're trying to pull some shit? It's not. So if they had come out and been forward, is that the issue? Is that they weren't forward?
So that's the
Yes.
other thing. Not
They went
asking
behind
the.
the back.
So okay, this is the point I was trying to say that Led was bringing up, and then everybody. Yeah.
Good job, Led. You got there like 20 minutes before we did.
Right. No.
Lag.
So most of those sales and stuff like that, like the Steam summer sale, the Steam winter sale, the Steam spring sale, all that kind of stuff, Black Friday sales. They go to the developers and they're like, "Hey, heads up, we're gonna be marking
Well,
this
'cause they
down.
use the
Are you cool
developers
with
to
like
help
what
with
stuff like that?"
What backstock do you have that you want us to get rid of?
Right. Let us know what you want us to discount. We can discount it and everything like that.
It's a partnership then.
Epic did not say
I know they
shit.
didn't. That's what
and
I'm
they
saying
just
is
went,
that in
"Hey,
your
heads
problem.
up,
That's the
discount." And now the developers
They're
are pissed.
devaluing the
So
property
now
of the
because
developers.
you went through and did that, it makes me feel like you're trying to say my game's shit.
Good,
Not shit.
Well,
but
but
it's
good
not
example,
worth
good example.
It's not
$60.
worth
the industry standard.
Yeah, so
Good
you're
example.
saying my game's not worth that. So now I'm pissed because you're saying my game's not worth it. You're telling people my game isn't worth it, and now I feel like people are going to begin to tell other people that my game isn't worth it.
Correct.
You
So
go to
now
s-
it's hurting me because you did not tell me.
Because
Exactly.
like okay, so
Ding,
got
ding, ding, ding,
Okay,
ding. We got
okay.
a winner.
It took
an hour.
yeah, so like you have a PC, I only have an Xbox.
Okay.
You go to buy it like man, $50 Borderlands 3, awesome. And you tell me like I bought it for $50. Like, why is mine $60?
Xbox is going to be like, why isn't my game 50?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Finally, it's making some fucking sense.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
now I get what you guys.
You go to
I
sell
literally
your
yelled
house.
at one of my coworkers because I was like, "You're not making any fucking sense. They're still getting paid the same fucking dollar. Why does
The
it
light
matter?"
bulb has now come on.
Yeah.
You go to sell your house. You get it appraised for $200,000. Okay, and then you find a realtor, and the realtor says, "Yeah, I'll sell your house for $200,000." And then they go around and they're actually telling people, "Hey, I've got this really nice house over there that's only worth like 160. So I'll give it to you for 160." They're going behind your back and not telling. They're telling people that your house is only worth 160 when you think your house is worth 200,000.
Two things. One, now that makes sense. Understanding what I know now. But the two things I will say with that, what was confusing me,
There's
is
hope for
because
him yet.
to me,
Sorry.
I don't give a fuck what in that situation at least. I don't give a fuck what you tell someone my house is worth. If I'm getting 200,000, I'm getting 200,000. I don't give a fuck. So that's what's confusing.
But they're
me.
telling people your house is worth 160,000.
It ain't my house.
So
So
then-
where I have 200,000, huh?
But
But
no
you're
one's
only
gonna
getting
purchase it.
160,000 because people are thinking that's what your house is worth.
But Epic is giving me the other 40,000, so I'm still getting my 200,000.
True. I guess that doesn't.
But they're doing it without telling you.
I don't give a shit. I got paid. But
But
the other
okay,
thing
okay,
is,
okay, so-
I'm looking.
I
He
found-
will
I
not
found-
be
I found a
voted
way.
off the
I
island.
found a way.
He will
I
not
found
be
a way.
voted off
Okay,
the island.
so let's say you're fine because you've got your house sold, but the exact same cookie cutter house next door.
Now my neighbors
Now,
are
and he's
getting
like,
fucked.
well, they bought it for 160,000. Why can't I buy the one next door for
Now
160,000?
the neighbor's like, well, now
It's
I
like,
just
well, what the
lost
heck? Like,
$40,000.
mine's doing it's the same house.
Yeah. That's
it's
the problem.
exactly what we're trying to say.
You're
Other thing
devaluing the
is-
property.
I was having trouble looking at this from a business side. I was so set on the consumer side.
I
Of
said-
what the fuck does it matter?
Once again,
From the consumer
Now that
side,
I see
I'm
it
about
as
it.
business- well,
It's
yeah.
like-
If I had known about this before they took
And I
Borderlands
still-
off, I would have shelled the money out now.
And
So,
again, I still 100%
Borderlands.
am on. As a consumer, I have to state my opinion stays the same. I still am totally.
Oh,
On
I would have been all about it.
But my thing
Fuck
is
the
now
developers.
understanding a business side, this makes more sense. I wasn't changing my perspective. I was just like, that doesn't make sense to me. So now I get it. But the other thing is, I do in a way still have to stick with what I was saying though about economy. Is I mean, games are an economy. Because
Yeah,
to me,
100%.
again, but I mean, like I was saying, to me, it doesn't matter. It's a it's a thing. It's an object. It had no value. To me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's a game. There's no value to that. What's it matter what someone paid for it? But then again, like I was saying with currency, is he has pounds, you have dollars, I've got yen. I don't know a fucking fourth currency, so you're not
Rubles.
played. Yeah, there you
Rubles.
go. But I mean, literally, all of this is it only has value because I tell you it has value. So I guess that makes sense of somebody saying, hey, no, this is my, 100 of my rubles is worth $1. And somebody's like, I'm only gonna give you 60 rubles for it. And now I'd be like, no, fuck you. Like, I told you it's worth a fucking $1.
Yes.
That's worth 110 grapples.
Grapples.
What game are we gonna play next? What is the community game of play? Are we doing
I don't know. Am I actually gonna play it this time?
are we doing BioShock Infinite? Are we doing Portal 2? Are we doing Borderlands 2? Are we
Well,
I'm really
I
not
haven't-
changing my perspective of. I'm not letting you play Infinite till you play 2.
Should we do the
Oh,
dice
yeah,
the dice roll?
I don't
What-
fucking care what the
if
dice says.
here's my other outlook on it. So, not until I beat Borderlands 2. If you guys are just not wanting to play Borderlands 2, why don't we do
BioShock?
others or BioShock?
I was like, where the
Sorry,
fuck did we get
sorry,
Borderlands out
sorry.
of this?
So
I just
if it's just a matter of you guys don't want to play BioShock 2, I can just play BioShock 2 on my
Well, that's
own
what I'm
fucking
saying.
free
Should we
time,
all just-
and then we play like Borderlands
But what
or
I'm
Portal.
saying, let's do like
Something in the
Portal
middle.
this
and
month.
right, and
and
then
next
next month
month
will
do
be
Infinite.
BioShock Infinite. Okay.
Because I still need to rerun through 1 and 2 anyway. Like, I will play 1 and 2 with you, but I will also do Portal if we decide that. Or Borderlands 2, or whatever we're...
Yeah, I'm down. I'm
deciding.
down for what if we want to like lay out like
I don't
2 or
know,
3 or 4
Borderlands 2
games
seems
and
really
roll a die
difficult.
for it.
Here's
I definitely prefer
here's my
like
thing.
15, 20-hour games.
I
as
know,
opposed to, like, 100-hour
yeah,
games.
Shadow keeps constantly lighting up chat saying that we need to watch Brightburn so we can talk about that.
I
I
already
want to
saw
watch
Brightburn.
that. You already saw Brightburn?
Yeah. I saw it in like 2009. And it was called Man of Steel.
Oh, fuck
Aw.
you. Fuck you.
I was
Anyway.
like, how did he see it so far?
Nick was
ahead?
so mad. He was
He
like, "You
was.
motherfucker!" No, I want
I
to see it
was-
so bad.
I was like,
think I'm
you
going
better not
Saturday
fucking
with
see
one of my
that without me.
coworkers. If, you don't work Saturday.
I don't work Saturday.
I might be going with Howard. So
The duck.
yes.
Yes. Yeah, Seth Green's coming back into town, and we're all gonna go see it. But no, seriously though, yeah, I really,
Oh my god,
really,
this whole thing
really want to see
fucking just
Brightburn.
went on an hour-long tangent, and the whole point of this was to tell you, yeah, all the Quantic Dreams games are on sale now.
On
They're
Steam.
on PC
Or
now.
on
If you want to buy
Epic.
them through the Epic Store, and they're all $10 off right now.
so you can get all
Because
three.
apparently they're not very good. So
So it's so you can now get
it's 10, 10, and
10,
30.
10, and 20.
10, 10, and 20.
10,
Yeah.
10, and 20. So it's yeah. So it's
So
No, I think it is
that's-
30.
so
Because I think it's 40.
It's already being sold on PS4 and Xbox One for 40 for those 3 games.
yeah. In like the PC, Epic Store has exclusives. Like
It's the
like
only place you can buy it on PC.
for a
Oh.
timed exclusive.
Okay.
But because of the
So-
sale, it's gonna be like but like instead of launching at like full price
Yeah,
game.
Detroit is $40. The sale brings it down to 30.
Oh, the sale brings it down to 30. Okay,
So it's
so
30,
it's 30,
10, and 10.
10. So it's $50 for all three,
Correct.
which that's
That's
actually
why I don't need to play on my PC though, because they're.
well.
See,
But
my thing is,
I've
like,
never
for
played
me,
them.
Yeah, I was
Neither
gonna
have
say
I.
it's great.
Well, I'm thinking
for,
you can get them cheaper on console right now.
I just
Right,
for
but-
me, I never get on my console.
Um,
For me, it's an issue of like,
I haven't turned
No,
my
it's-
Xbox
it's-
on
it's,
in probably
uh,
6
uh,
months.
Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, and Beyond Two Souls are all coming to PC, and they're all on this Epic Game Sale that we've been talking about for the last hour and a half.
Holy
But no-
shit! Fortnite's free right now.
Anyway, but what were we? No, so do we want to do?
Sinking City.
I know Sinking
keep
City's in the sale too.
forgetting about it.
Yes.
Do we want
Is
to
it
do we
part
want
of
to pick like 3 or 4 games and roll the dice for it? Since everyone seems to want to play.
It is part of it. It's only 49. I want to get.
It's already only 49.
It's 59. Sinking City.
Maybe on console it's 49 then.
I don't know. Anyway,
Come back to value of like, why is it 49 on?
Shannon's
I-
used to seeing
console.
games with
I
his
just don't want to
discount.
be. I just don't want to be.
No, I don't really.
I just don't want it to be Bioshock Infinite yet. So no Bioshock Infinite, but do we want to do Borderlands or Portal?
I own Borderlands. I don't own Portal.
You
I
don't
can
own
buy
Portal too?
Portal. I literally reset
wanna
Steam.
do,
I ended up like completely erasing Steam, getting a whole new account, so I only have like 40 games on Steam.
1 to 10 is Portal. 11 to 20 is
Wait, we're talking
Borderlands?
about Portal
2.
'Cause- But you've never played Portal 1, have you?
The only thing I will say, if we want to roll the dice, we can. The one thing I will say is Portal and Portal 2, both games you could play in like 15 hours. Borderlands is like a fucking 50-hour game
Correct.
right there. Like, that's a lot to take on for 1 month. If we were to do, hey, the next 2 months, let's play Borderlands.
But-
I
but
feel
my-
like that's like a mega XL game. Like,
How about this? Let's do Portal and Portal 2 this month. Okay?
well, here.
You
maybe I do. I don't know.
you can
I
come
might-
over
I
and
might.
play it.
I might.
Well, the Portal
no,
bundle
I-
right now is $14.
What?
What the fuck?
What?
Hold on, my math isn't adding up in my
Shit,
head.
it is 12:30.
Yeah, none of
so
you have to open in fucking 5 hours.
I have to open in 9 hours.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, I am poor. That's why I got to go to work.
I have
Yeah,
I have
see.
13 and a half hours still. I have to be at work, so
Much
I'm
protected
Gucci.
paid time
Well,
off to
but
bed.
I well, actually, Joe, suck a dick. I go into work in 9 hours, okay,
Okay.
and then I work for probably 13 to 14.
Well, that's because your job sucks.
So I go in a little bit later than you,
Sounds
but
like
I'm
a
going to
real
be
schedule.
working a lot longer than you. Anyway,
12.
Average shift? 10 to
Just
12.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Probably 10 or
I'm just
11,
wondering what
10 or
time you go
11.
in.
2.
So you guys will be fine.
let's do Portal and Portal 2.
Okay.
All right, is that what we're doing?
So by
I'm
Sorry,
asking.
I'm-
because
I'm-
if-
I have-
that's
I
what
have
we're
the
doing.
calendar. calendar.
I'm buying it right
so
now.
by June.
We can do June 13th or June 20th.
I-
Or sorry, June
June 26th.
June
Is that
26th.
what we're doing, Portal? I'm buying.
June 26th. Yes.
Okay.
Wait, no. What are you buying?
Portal and Portal 2.
You don't own them on PC?
That's
Because
what I'm
he
saying,
just
I
said
bought
it's
them.
because of the Steam account issue.
Oh, that's right. Well,
That's what I'm saying. Like literally, they're only $14, and I will play the shit out of them. And, like,
I mean, if you have the money for it, go for it. I was just gonna say, I mean, I have both of them. I have probably 2 or 3 copies of each on 360. Okay. But anyway, so let's do by June 26th, Portal and Portal 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Then
What the fuck is that? Is that elsewhere? Oh, it is.
by
That's
August
cool.
28th, we do all of Borderlands 2, including DLC, and we can live stream July and August.
Okay.
Sound good?
I will do what I have to because this is basically a second job. So yes, I will do what I'm told to do.
Well, that's why I'm also giving you like
4 months.
no,
5 months. 3 months.
well, because we're doing Portal and Portal 2
Math hard.
for the month of June.
Math hard.
Because May's damn near over.
Yeah.
So June is Portal and Portal 2. So July, August is Borderlands 2. So we have 2 months to do all of Borderlands 2 plus DLC. And I know Corey will join in on it. And he's probably gonna not touch Portal or Portal 2 because he probably remembers everything about all of those games. But
Steam's having a One Piece sale.
of course they are.
Every One Piece game is like 75% off right now.
But anyway,
Sign
it
off.
is 12:34. People need to be getting home, and I gotta poop.
Ziggy
so-
zaggy, ziggy zaggy, oi oi oi, ziggy zaggy, oi oi oi.
I was really waiting for him to take like one drink and be like, I can't.
I'm actually a little shocked he didn't fucking like
It started coming out my cheek.
Tormund Giants Bane that shit.
It started
Like
coming out my cheek.
Just taking a bath.
anyway, so yeah, I guess till next week. No, we are still streaming next week. I'm just saying that we won't have that we'll be playing by then. So yes, there will still be a stream next week. So there will still be a stream. Today's so May 29th we will still have a stream.
That's after the podcast. I'll talk to you guys.
May 29th. Yeah. Every single Wednesday. Still streaming and everything. So that's all
Stacked my balls.
normal. But anyway, so yep. Until next time. I am Nick.
Tyler.
Tormund Giantsbane. Shannon.
Bye.
And that's me, Nick,
And I'm
saying
Gus.
good night. Good night.
Night.